97.5, The Fanatic, on your Yacht Rock Friday. I'm your host, John Marks. Good morning if you're listening on the radio, on the 97.5, The Fanatic app. Maybe you're listening, I don't know, later on via podcast. You can do that. Good morning to everybody watching on YouTube live. Get involved in our chats. Subscribe to 97.5, The Fanatic. You can go back and watch whenever, wherever, on demand. We say good morning to Ray Dunn. Raymond, what's going on, man?
Morning, Johnny. How are you?
I'm all out of sorts. Got in here late. Don't even have my coffee. Have my coffee creamer.
That's basically like you having your coffee.
Yeah, I like cream in my coffee.
Oh, well, would you like some coffee to go with your cream?
Is what the people normally say to me. And then Shawn, I have a big bag. Good morning to Shawn Brace. Hi, Shawn.
Hey, everybody. Good morning. Yeah, you got the big bag of crank over there, dude.
And this is not illegal drugs. It's Splenda, because all the Splenda is used here, and the only thing left are the pink, what is it? The sweetener, whatever it's called, the fake sweetener.
Yeah.
It would taste terrible.
Yeah.
So that's why I have to bring my own Splenda.
I'm just, you know what I am these days? Wawa, straight light cream. I now do the light cream.
I do too.
Yeah, that changed the game for me a couple weeks ago.
The light cream, it's better than half and half because it's not milk. It's light cream.
Yeah, there was no milk there at the Wawa little container, and I just grabbed the light cream, threw a splash in it, and I haven't gone back. It adds a little silkness to it.
Awesome. All right, well.
That's coffee talk.
And if you're watching on YouTube, you're already probably like, man, Marks is like really handsome because he's wearing his
damn right
shirt today.
Damn right.
So if you want to see, Ray, do you like this shirt? I think I've worn it once before.
Yes, I did. I liked it when I had it on a picnic, and I like it on you as well.
What is a blanket? Picnic blanket. All right. So yesterday we left the show and we said, what do we think we're going to hear with the 76ers?
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's like, what's Bob Myers going to say? Is Josh Harris going to answer questions? Is he going to take questions or whatever? Well, my prediction was we're going to come in today and we're going to have Bob Myers fever. We're going to be, oh, my God. Oh, look at that hair. He delivered, brother. Bob Myers, everything you were looking for yesterday, other than actual information, because he wasn't, frankly, asked a lot of questions that, like a lot of his answers were, I don't know yet. I just got this job. Like, there's a lot of things that I still need to figure out. Right? Like, is he being evasive? It doesn't sound like he's being evasive. Of course, he has a good idea of what he wants to do, big picture. That doesn't mean he can do it. So, but like, honestly, everything, and did he exceed expectations of how smooth he was? Because I wasn't ready for the hair. I mean, the hair is, as a hairman's here with Morgenstern hair restoration. That's not hair restoration. That's just good genetics, Shawn.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Bob Myers is he's a good-looking cat. Yeah, he's definitely got a good head of hair, that's for sure, and in shape, and very tall, too. Very tall.
6'7", played for UCLA back in the mid-'90s.
Oh, yeah.
So he's not one of these analytic nerds that comes in and doesn't, hadn't played basketball. So he's got the best of both worlds. But anyway, like, outside of, like, real details, because he didn't really have many to share, you had to be very impressed coming away because he showed that he understood where 76ers fans were. Frankly, Josh Harris did, too. I know everybody's going to want to kill Josh Harris. And
what do you got?
We'll talk about him for a second.
Yeah.
Well, no, I just thought, like, Josh Harris, I don't think Josh Harris is happy that the Sixers suck and he's got to waste money on an Embiid contract and fire Morey and pay that and everything else.
Nobody sweats more than Josh Harris, that's for sure.
So here's what you got yesterday. You got the best of both worlds. You got Bob Myers, very impressive, and then you have Josh Harris looking like he's going through withdrawal symptoms. Or something. And I'm not trying to I don't know if he has something going on. I don't want to make fun of him.
Yeah.
But, man, he looked very uncomfortable.
There's a lot on his mind, it felt like. It really did.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
But so leaving, I was listening on to Bill, and then I listened to the press conference, and I heard him afterwards. And he had said, sure, it doesn't seem like that Bob Myers is necessarily 100% behind bringing Embiid back. And I would agree with that. I'm not going to come in here today and say, oh, he's definitely getting rid of Embiid. He doesn't want Embiid. Here's what I think he knows, that he ain't winning with Embiid. And it's a matter of where he goes from here. Because, I mean, did he speak glowingly of Joel Embiid? I don't know. I mean, he did something with John Clark afterwards that Ray hasn't played the sound for me yet. We're going to hear live on the air next segment. But I honestly, nothing changed for me yesterday as far as Joel Embiid coming back or Joel Embiid not coming back. A guy like Bob Myers doesn't have the mindset of us, which is we're going to get rid of him for nothing. I don't think that he thinks that way. He's going to make a trade if he feels like it's worth it. If he doesn't feel like it's worth it and he's not getting enough back, he'll keep Embiid because maybe he can move him at the trade deadline or maybe he can move him for more next year. But like he certainly didn't give a strong vote of confidence. And the other thing I needed to know was, do you expect Joel Embiid to be back next year? And I would have wanted to see how he would have talked his way out of that, or say, yes, Joel Embiid's going to be back next year. You don't trade franchise players like that, because that's really what I want. And I mean, did you get a good feeling for anything yesterday? What did you get a good feel for yesterday with what he said?
Oh, that's a great question.
So you can start with Embiid.
Yeah, I would go with Embiid. It definitely felt open. It did not feel like he's automatically coming back. Putting Harris to the side, because Harris was bumbling answering a question about Joel Embiid, and then he answered quickly by saying...
He didn't know what to say.
Yeah, we'll talk about Josh. I know he's going to come up. But at the end of the day, I came away from Bob Myers' press conference, the first one, thinking, you know what? This guy has a ton on his plate right now. He has a draft staring right at him, right down the barrel. That's coming up here very soon. He needs to connect the dots quickly on a lot of moving parts. And he kept it very vague. But back to Embiid, John, I did come away thinking that, you know what, this guy is open to the possibility of just a complete change. And that goes to Paul George. I know that he really wasn't discussed too much, but like Joel Embiid really was the main guy that continued to get the questions, and rightfully so. He's been here the longest. We understand what he's up against, the availability factor. But I came away thinking that Bob Myers is extremely open to doing whatever it takes to get this thing going in the right direction. And, oh, by the way, this guy won 4 championships.
He
Love
did?
that.
I hadn't heard that.
Love that.
And again, like we have a 4-time NBA champion here.
That is great.
So, Ray, I'm not as strong as Shawn, but I do say if you look at the tea leaves when he was talking about roster construction, and one thing impressed me at the press conference, he's asking everybody their name, and he's calling them by their name. That's smooth. But also, he's more or less saying, here's the question, like when he says, like, so you're asking about roster management, and that's in 2026, and that's a good question, because that's what the question was. Because it's like, can you win in modern-day NBA with the 3 superstars? And he's giving you honest answers like that, to where it's like, yeah, roster management has changed and things like that. The tea leaves I read, Ray, were if there's a deal to be made out there and they can trade Joel Embiid's good as gone. Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. He made no commitments to him. He gave more questions than answers. When someone asks him the question, he's like, well, that's a question, isn't it? We're all asking that question.
Right.
It's a really good question. I like your question. Smart question by you. But yeah, we're going to figure that out. I'm going to question that with the guys we interview. I mean, that was the press conference. It was great. It's great because he sounds nice and smooth and he's rolling.
See, Ray's not happy with the press conference.
No, what I'm telling you is that my takeaways from it, the one thing I think we got definitively from it is welcome to the Bob Myers show.
Damn right.
And that's good with me. He's an accomplished exec, so hey, welcome to the Bob Myers show. But other than that, and he's open to Embiid because he didn't shut down on the Embiid thing. Other than that, it was 30 minutes of him saying, Bob's your name? What's up, Bob? Yeah, that's a really good question for you. We're going to figure that one out eventually.
It was the Bob Myers show,
Right,
too. Oh,
yeah.
it's great.
It's an intro presser. If you don't win the intro presser, you're in a big, big world of trouble here.
Look at Nick Sirianni and his intro
Exactly.
presser, but that worked out somehow.
That's in my notes.
You know
We
what's
all fertilize.
You know what's crazy, though, John, as always, and I guess I should have expected it, I was amazed at how different everybody viewed this press conference. I had people saying he's a snake oil salesman.
You know what?
I had people saying that this is so refreshing. Like, we are absolutely in a great area. There's a good split on social media, as usual, go figure, but I really do believe that.
I would love to hear he's a snake oil salesman person at 610-632-0975. Seriously.
Yeah, don't take a shot at car dealership, man, people.
No,
we love
come
our
on.
car dealers, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's not a used car salesman.
He's a charmer.
And
that's a lovely thing.
Okay.
And he's smart.
Is that not negative?
No, because I think you had said yesterday, I don't need him coming out in Fanatic cleats and socks. And he didn't. Because I think naturally. And by the way, Bryce, I do not criticize Bryce for trying to, he's not, that's Bryce right there. That's what he wants to do. Of course he's trying to make the fans happy. You don't want him to make the fans happy? Come on, give me a break. Anyway, but I don't think with Bob Myers that any of that is fake. And if you think that he's a snake oil salesman, you think he's a total phony and a fraud. And I can tell you that it based on his years in Sacramento or in with the Warriors in Golden State, that everybody around that franchise, everybody around the league, everybody around the ESPN that he worked with, Matt Nahagian, who used to be our program director here, who's been out in their flagship for the last 12 years, when I texted him about Bob Myers, he said the guy's the best, is what he said. So you know what that means? He understands partnerships. He's very bright. He's willing to do interviews. He understands the plight of the fans. And by the way, they won 4 championships. Again, I can't say for everybody who wants to sit here and crap on Josh Harris, go for it. He hired a guy to run his basketball ops that is a 4-time NBA champion. And there's not anybody around the NBA that's going to tell you this guy isn't a genius. It doesn't give you a title because you hired that guy. The players are going to win. But you just hired a really, really savvy, smart executive.
I totally agree. That's what you want from ownership. Hire and get out of the way. Hopefully that's the case. It's a collective experience with Bob Myers. That's what we learned in Golden State. Jerry West was involved. And that's how I think that this is going to play out. He's going to lean on a lot of people's opinions, which I'm really excited to hear more about.
All right. If you really think that he's a snake oil salesman or you were impressed with what you saw, voice memos to the Davis Honda text line, 610-632-0975. Name, location, occupation. Just a regular text, 610-632-0975. That's the phone number, 610-632-0975. After the press conference, John Clark cornered him and said, Bob, what about Joel Embiid? We'll play the audio for you coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5. Have a guy that seems like he knows what the hell he's doing in charge. How about that?
Yeah.
I'll take the wins.
You say.
Yeah.
You do here.
All right, so yeah, because you had the press conference, everybody gets their one question. Shout out to Kyle Neubeck because he managed to get the question in that a lot of people wanted to know at the end. For the most part, he talked about off the court stuff, and Harris, he was on the ropes immediately after that trying to answer it. He was on the ropes forever. He was trying to answer, actually.
All right, so real quick on the Josh Harris front, because
Hold on, no, let's do that next segment. Let's save it. Save it.
Yeah.
We already got stuff we promoted. Save
yes, sir.
it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so real fast, we're going to do exit interviews at 12:30. Explain the segment to me, Shawn.
All right, well,
Because we want people to get involved with voice memos.
I think it's a brilliant idea, and thank you to Bob Myers, because this is what he's all about. He wants to know from the people that have been here, the people that were here this past season, 2025-26 for your Philadelphia 76ers. What did you see? What went right? What went wrong? So if you sat down across from Bob Myers today and he asked you some of those questions, what would be your response about the 2025-26 Philadelphia 76ers? What went right? What went wrong? Areas to attack? Who needs to go? Who needs to stay? Strengths and weaknesses. I love it. I thought Bob Myers is I mean, he's refreshing, but it's such a simple statement, right? Like, that's how you make things work as far as companies are concerned. Fortune 500s, guys at the top. You can't do it alone. And back to the Golden State Warriors, where he did win 4 championships. Yeah, as is brought up, Jerry West was brought in as an advisor. They had a president of basketball operations to help out. They had a general manager to help out. A number of people were in on a lot of those conversations over the years. So my point is this. I'm going to sit down. I was a ball boy for the 76ers this year, and I'm going to give you my take on 3 reasons what went right, what went wrong in the exit interview for the 76ers.
You can be Bob's ball boy.
Yes, I am Bob's ball boy today.
So the voice memo line for this, and maybe we can also, because this is going to be, we're doing it at 12:30. But anyway, so that's coming up later on in the show. We'll get to the phones. I want to hear, because I've not heard this. I want to hear Joel Embiid with John Clark. Is this the question and answer, Ray?
Just the answer.
What's the question?
Asking about Joel Embiid, like the future. What do you make of Joel
Okay,
Embiid?
he's asking about Joel Embiid. Here it is.
You know what I liked? I liked, John, what Joel said after. He said, I got to be healthy. He took accountability for his health, because we can talk about it all we want and what we're going to do, but he's got to commit to it. And it sounds like he's willing to commit to it, go into the offseason and come in healthy, not coming off a procedure, not blaming him, but not coming off some incident where he wasn't ready for camp, but being ready for camp, because to build a great team, you got to be ready from the get-go. And his commitment to that and what he said is probably the most important thing, because you're right. When he's available, we're a very different team. But that's a commitment from us. It's also a commitment from Joel.
Oh, man. When I said I don't need Joel Embiid's ass kissed, he did not get his ass kissed. And that answer right there, and by the way, he knows this is how you win in the NBA. You don't win by having a guy that's on his own schedule, on his own time, does whatever the hell he wants. You know, Bob Myers is probably watching from upstairs, knowing what's going on, being like, how do you let this happen? Like, you can't let this happen. You know, it's easier for Daryl Morey to allow it to happen. It's easier for Nick Nurse to allow it to happen because he's been running the franchise. Bob Myers comes in and says, I'm running the franchise, not you. I'll trade you. And if that's where it's going to be for the first year, which I still think it's most likely that's where it is, but that's not by a lot, it's going to be, hey, the rules are now different. You're not showing up whenever you want to. Just the fact that he there said that it's also on Joel Embiid to come into camp. In other words, come into camp ready to go. You have to work out in the offseason. You have to be ready. He talked about the injuries in the playoff series, lost to the Knicks. He said, he's like, no, we were healthy. Like, we were healthy. We were playing. He didn't even try to use it as even 1% of an excuse.
Yep.
The injury stuff. And he was talking about Joel Embiid when he was talking about the injury stuff.
Yeah, he said, look, and that's one thing. It's great when you don't have that excuse and you see how short you came up. So now you need to go off of what we witnessed and what we need to improve on. I love it. I think, honestly, and I hope people don't take this. I really don't care one way or the other, but I think that Q&A right there could fry Joel. That absolutely. The end part, it's on Joel as well, could upset him. You know how these guys are.
But you know what?
They're superstars. The egos are massive, and Joel has a massive ego. If he hears that, his ass isn't being kissed, I'm telling you that could send a message.
But here's what I'll say, Ray. I don't think that he just says that. I think they have a conversation. It's all about building relationships from where he is. He's going to be running the Sixers from 5,000 feet and 3,000 feet to start. And then after he hires this guy or whatever, and make no mistake about this, by the way, I just want to, everybody's like, oh, well, the guy you hire, screw the guy that he's hiring. He is the final decision for the Sixers, and he wants it. Do we agree?
Yes.
He told you as much.
He's the one making the final decision. And of course it's a collab, and maybe he's like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna go with you on this. You feel strongly about it, then we're gonna go with it. He's making the decisions, especially to start, and especially after year 1 and year 2. So everybody that's like, no, he doesn't want to run the day-to-day. Oh, stop it. He's making every big decision in this organization.
Can we please play him answering that question?
Which one?
The day-to-day thing.
Yes,
because
no,
it is
go.
the best answer.
Yeah, there were a couple gems from him. I agree with you, Ray. This is a good one.
So him talking about hiring someone in his role.
I view taking the next few weeks, not sure how long it'll be, to identify a day-to-day leader that'll have a lot of authority here, which they should. What they're going to get and our fans are going to get is them plus me. I won't be on the day-to-day level, but on the high-level decision-making, which is being here at the draft, being here leading up to the trade deadline, being available for free agency discussions, free agency meetings, things like that. I'm going to be involved at that level. And I can tell you that I imagine, and this isn't, not saying this lightly, I'll be communicating with that person daily, if not 5 out of 7 days a week.
Oh, yeah. Respect
So-
the weekend.
To be clear,
Yeah, respect the weekend.
5
Bob.
to 7 days.
Oh, no, he's, so it could be 7.
there for the draft, there for the trade deadline, there for the big free
agency.
agency decisions. And oh, by the way, 5 to 7 days a week, this person's going to be hearing from me.
Hey, you know what? It goes on the resume as a general manager, though.
Yeah, I'm just saying, he's day to day.
But there's a lot of other stuff that goes into to running an NBA franchise, and that's what Bob doesn't want to deal with.
Right. Janai Broom going up and back from Delaware isn't exactly on Bob
but
Myers' radar.
Even bigger decisions than that, and authority, and as warranted and earned, Bob will give a little bit more power until Bob maybe says, all right, I'm ready to move on to the next challenge. How long was Bob Myers in Golden State for?
Like 12 years?
Yeah, like that's a
11 to 23, I think.
For a guy like Bob Myers, that's a long time to be in one spot without getting itchy to want to move on to a next challenge. And then you see the writing on the wall, which is, yeah, it's going to be impossible to keep these guys and keep yourself being a contender. He saw it, and he was ready to do something else. And I respect that. I would have done the same thing. It's hard for me to be in the same spot for a long time with me getting miserable and not wanting to do it. So now he's going to build it. And then he's going to hire this guy that's going to come in, and if the guy earns it, then Bob's going to let him do more and more, do more and do more. He's the guy that's running the Sixers franchise. Everybody.
The only thing I would say is it's probably not going to be Elton Brand.
No, it doesn't. There doesn't seem to be a need for two guys to be working on it. I mean, maybe Elton does something else. Maybe he has that. Like maybe he gets a job in another organization.
Yeah, I can see that happen. But I came away going, yeah, that's probably not going to be Elton's spot to be the GM. Oh, well, it is what it is. It's on to the next. And I love Elton, good dude, but, man, this franchise needs the overhaul, right? And that's where I'm at.
We have a voice memo. Get your voice memos in. Davis on the text line, 610-632-0975. What do we got, Ray?
What's going on, fellas? It's Shawn Menard over in Maniac.
Hang on. Pause it. All right, hold on. I didn't know this was Shawn Menard.
All right.
We've heard from him once since the end of the season, and I don't even remember what he said. He seemed like he was really on the ropes.
Well,
we called him out and said we hadn't heard from him.
Yeah, and he said he's not ducking the smoke, even though the Sixers did get smoked by the Knicks.
That's
and I
a good
think
line.
he said Sixers at 6. But again, Shawn is a proud Sixer fan, and I think it's a good thing to have his voice heard.
No, I know. No, I just wanted to recap for everybody. Go ahead.
DraftKings Network, and I may need to rebrand from the positive Shawn identity because I do not like the way the organization is trending with this Bob Myers decision yet. For starters, I would argue that Daryl Morey is individually a better GM than Bob Myers, and we don't got to go down that path right now for this Steph Curry merchant who inherited a dynasty and allowed it to run the course. But when speaking about what did concern me about yesterday's press conference right here, is the biggest positive that I take from the Daryl Morey era is for the first time in this era of Sixers basketball, there was a clear face of the decision makers. There was a clear identity for who everything is running through. It feels like my biggest takeaway from yesterday is we are regressing back to who knows who is making what decision. That Bob Myers is going to oversee the big decisions. There's going to be somebody running the day-to-day. It's going to be a lot of finger pointing, and I think Myers is straight up the guy who set him up to take all the success and not let any of the failures stick to him, and I kind of don't think that is the healthiest way to run an organization. So I hope I'm wrong, but that is my sense after yesterday.
All right, real quick on that. So Sean Bernard is turning heel. That's great. That's classic. I love it. NWO. All of a sudden, black paint
He
coming
went from
out.
the most annoying, positive Sixer fan in the world to now he's not happy with the organization.
Howard Eskin Jr.
That's just hired a 4-time NBA champion to run their franchise, and he's unhappy.
He was champion the 7th seed, and now he's looking at this Bob Myers situation.
And
as being
again,
negative.
I am not going to fight this every day. I just can't. It's not healthy for me. But please give the man his respect. All right? He was part of the architects who built that dynasty. He brought in Steve Kerr. He hired him. Okay, he made the move. Draymond Green, a pretty important piece, right? Just wondering. He drafted him. Are you not going to give him credit for drafting Draymond Green, who was a huge piece to the Golden State Warriors puzzle, who's still there? Come on, dude. Let's be real about it. Yeah, I get it. Kevin Durant wanted to go there. That's easy. Still, Andre Iguodala. I don't care if people were all involved in this decision-making. I'm not telling you Bob Myers did this himself, and neither is he.
If we have to have a discussion whether Daryl Morey or Bob Myers is a better hire for the Sixers right now to run their team, I can't have the conversation. I can't.
People are fleeced by Daryl.
No,
I mean, if we're going to talk snake oil salesman,
He's certainly more of a snake oil salesman than Bob Myers. But I mean, to his point,
right?
Yeah, so who was the last GM that came in to like an absolutely terrible situation and then built that team from the ground up and then won all these championships? That's very hard to do. Other people come in where they have good pieces and they need to add good pieces to it. I mean, you shouldn't penalize Bob Myers because he stepped into a better situation than some. I'll give you, it's not a perfect comparison, but if you put Phil Jackson, who a lot of people think is one of the best coaches of all time, right, or the best coach of all time, and you put Larry Brown, and I think Larry Brown's one of the best coaches of all time. I'm a huge Larry Brown fan. If you put Larry Brown on, give me a mediocre team. If you put him on the Orlando Magic or
perfect.
whatever,
Yep.
he's going to get that team to the next level. They're going to play harder. They're going to play better defense, and they have a much better chance to get to an NBA final. If you put Phil Jackson on that same team, they may regress because Phil's not hired to take teams like that and win. Phil's hired to take the Lakers and Michael Jordan and those guys and play the mental mind games with them because he's already got the athletes. They're different. Bob Myers, Bob Myers came in with a good situation. Man, I don't know what he would do if you give him nothing. I don't know what he's going to do here with two young players. But what are you going to do, hire a guy that's had a bad track record or hasn't had success? This is a gift from God that they were able to get Bob Myers. It
I like
really
that.
is.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Find some new guy that's out there? I mean, people were screaming for Jameer Nell. I get it. There are names out there, but Bob Myers was perfect. He's been around this organization for the last season. Yeah, he wasn't working specifically for the Sixers, but in reality, he was a Sixers executive. We talked about that.
Yeah,
really was.
Yeah, he was waiting for his moment to.
He knew what was happening. Everybody knew what was happening, including Daryl Morey.
Correct. For
he
sure.
wasn't sitting courtside for the free drink.
Thank you. Honestly, I don't even think he had a drink in his hand at all one time. Credit to him that he was able to watch this charade all season long and not have a cocktail.
All right. Here's Bob Myers talking. He was asked about the building around the older players, Joel Embiid and Paul George. Here it is.
If I had the answer to that question, I'd actually just do it. I don't know if I need to tell you. I just do it. Or I look forward to partnering with leadership to get that answer. But you're asking the right question. But that's a question I think everybody's asking, right? Like, how do you not? And it's not to criticize an older player or praise younger player. It's about how do we get past the second round? How do we get further? But that's what makes the job hard. That's what makes it gratifying. Is figuring if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. It's very hard to build these things and build them in the right way.
God, he's the best. So, Ray, here's how much he swooned me. And I told you this was coming. I knew this was coming.
All right.
When I listened to him talk about leadership and things like that,
Oh, yeah.
he believes in that. He believes in everybody has to be a part of it, and everybody needs to be pulling the same way, and decisions don't just come from him. And everybody, like Bill Belichick with the Patriots, didn't listen to anybody else. He wanted to do everything his way, and in the end, that killed him because he's a great football coach, but he didn't know how he was doing with drafting and other stuff, right? Like, I truly believe that it really will be like a collaboration. If that's the case, and those are foundations of what he believes, that's everything Joel Embiid isn't or hasn't been, right? Like leadership. Does Joel Embiid, does he exude leadership? Like,
Nope.
Look at the way he behaves and look at the way he handles himself outside of being a great player on the court. But it's up to Bob Myers to get that out of Joel Embiid. If you're Daryl Morey that's going to let James Harden go to strip clubs and miss practices and things like that because he's your boy, that's terrible leadership and that's terrible culture. And that's Daryl Morey. So Bob Myers ain't having that crap. He's just not. So for someone like you that doesn't want to trade Joel Embiid, you come back with Joel Embiid and Bob Myers. Bob Myers is already challenging him. You got to come into camp in shape. You got to be able to play. Injuries are not being used as an excuse. Everything that he did say during that press conference leads you to believe if Joel comes back, he's going to be a different Joel. And honestly, Shawn, I think he would be that guy. Otherwise, you don't come back. What's his choice?
He wants out.
Well, good.
Welcome to being an NBA superstar. Now he's going to say, trade me.
Do you think he's going to do that, though?
If he doesn't get his ass kissed, I could see it.
I don't see it being a public feud. Like, I don't think we're not doing Embiid at a club with a sign that says Bob Myers is a liar. We're not going to get to a Harden level, but I could see that meeting between the two of them being quite intense.
But Bob Myers, I don't. I think he puts his arm around them and says, "What do you need from me? What can we do? We can't just because he didn't say we can't win a title without Joel Embiid doesn't mean he won't say it to him personally." I don't know, man. I just
want to say this. Good. That's the way it should be. I like what you're saying. I do. I just don't know if it changes, Joel, like you did point out. I think you are right, and I think a lot of Sixer fans want to do right by Joel. And for the most part, I do too, but I'm exhausted. I just don't want to do this again. I don't want to go to another season, and I get it. It's probably going to be the reality. JoJo's going to be back in the Sixers uniform, and I love Joel Embiid. There's the caveat. I got a mural of the guy. I love him. I can't do this again.
I agree.
You know what I mean? I'm just so exhausted. And I know that everybody is there with me, but we want to do right. We all want to put our arm around JoJo and say, dude, come in camp being ready to go. Try this out. But, man, this is year 13 for him in the NBA, and we expect him to change his stripes? JoJo is JoJo. He's not changing. That's my opinion.
Everybody that's worked with JoJo before, Brett Brown, Doc, Daryl Morey, I don't know necessarily about Nick Nurse, but they're so impressed with Joel because he's so skilled and so talented. It's
unbelievable.
It's you're looking at him and you're like, oh my God, I have Joel. That's Joel Embiid. Bob Myers doesn't seem fazed about Joel Embiid at all.
Because you know why? It didn't work.
It hasn't worked and he knows it.
Correct.
And he knows it probably won't work. No, exactly. He knows. He knows what's wrong.
Yeah, he said it about the max deals. He was like, guys, point blank, he answered the question by saying, I have it right here from Crossing Broad, and he said something along the lines of, we didn't get it done this year with 3 guys on max contracts, but that doesn't mean it can't be done. What's the modern roster supposed to look like, yada, yada, yada. Then he goes to second apron. But point blank, we didn't get it done. With what we have currently in place, he can't run it back. He knows that.
Yep.
Changes have to happen.
He knows it's not going to work. He may have to run it back because of that you can't make a trade that's worth it.
You're not winning
else.
a championship in the first year. I get it. Yep.
All right, Ray. Bob Myers is now number 1 on my power ranking. Philadelphia sports athletes, personalities, etc. Number 1.
Number 1.
Number 1 on my power ranking. Well, who would beat him right now? You kidding me?
Kyle, DJ Schwarber.
He's up there. Holy cow.
DJ Schwarber.
Who did you say, Ray?
Howie Roseman?
No, I don't really like Howie's a great GM. I don't really like him.
Gotcha.
So he's
I'm all DJ Schwarbered up. You know that hits home.
Sanchez is high on my list.
Oh yeah.
Schwarber's unbelievable.
Good grief.
Did you have the under on the home runs,
I did
Ray?
not.
39 and a half. Gee, what's he doing?
18, right? That's where we're at
39 by All-Star game.
Did you hear? I think Nick Picone put the radio call from the Red Sox out there. Did you hear it?
Tremendous.
And they were worried about what was going to happen in that at bat, even though the relief pitcher hadn't given up a run, because the strike one which Schwarber took, it was 2-0 and he took a pitch. It was 2-1. It was a hanger that was like a batting practice pitch. The last pitch you want to throw to Schwarber, he threw.
And he goes 2-0.
And then he does it again, and he just throws a meatball. And Schwarber did not miss. And, how many home runs out? 18, 19?
18, yeah, I think we're at 18.
That's
He's 2 ahead. Aaron Judge and Ohtani are looking up at Kyle Schwarber right now. That's the kind of season he's having.
7 bombs in 7 games, and the DJ rolls on.
Not even June. DJ Schwarber. Whenever he's scooting around third base, I just laugh because he does puts the love sign in the air when he goes past second base.
For the bullpen, for the boys out there.
He's got his routine.
These guys are so good, man. I love it.
Another big win last night.
It was, and it was really interesting from pitching standpoint. Just the Luzardo going up against Ranger, locked in, both boys dealing. Ranger getting an early hook. I don't pay attention to Boston Red Sox baseball that much. I know they're struggling.
It works.
76 pitches, and you pull them?
Well,
how many strikeouts did he have?
He missed his last start because of hamstring issue.
All right,
but we don't know how. You might. I don't know. I don't pay close enough attention to what they're doing up there. I do know with in regards to Luzardo, he looked good last night. Their offense sucked. Boston's offense is terrible.
Yeah, they're bad.
So if I pay attention to Boston media, this isn't just during the Philly season. This is a trend where it's like, oh my God, this offense is horrible. It's like we were before Thompson got fired. It's what we were saying about the offense.
8 strikeouts he had going. Yeah, just selfishly, I guess.
No,
maybe
it was good.
It was a good thing to get him out from the Phillies' perspective, but. I'm tuned in. I'm watching as a fan, and I'm like, this is great. Ranger versus Luzardo. You sign Luzardo over Ranger, and going back and forth, and it's a scoreless game, and the next thing they pull him, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's a good thing for the Phillies, but, Ranger was dealing.
Next 3 years, who would you rather have, Ranger or Luzardo?
Wow.
Luzardo.
Yeah, see, I go Ranger.
He does have better stuff, and you saw it yesterday.
Much better stuff. Yeah, no, I mean, in Rangers already missed time this year, right? But there's just something about Luzardo has been hit or miss, big time, and that worries you. He came out of the bullpen in relief against the Dodgers in the playoffs, and he was great. They should have left him in. So, I mean,
it's a stuff bet for me. It's not I've seen. Like Ranger, career-wise, much greater than that of Luzardo.
Luzardo's 28,
my heart.
Ranger's 30.
No, Luzardo, through that contract, you're probably going to get a lot of what you're getting right now, which is when he's bad, but he can be really good. I don't expect that to change. He's still got the stuff. He's throwing 98.
Oh, yeah.
My heart wants Ranger, though.
Yeah,
like
I
you said
wanted
yesterday.
to pinch his cheeks.
Yeah, like you said yesterday. He's always a Philly.
Yeah, he is.
I was listening to on the ride home yesterday.
Were you?
Yeah, I was just getting myself ready.
Tears coming down?
Not quite.
No.
Maybe a couple sniffles.
Did you see Duran after the game with Crocker and T-Mac? Were you still tuned in?
I was not.
He didn't use the translator.
Okay.
Which I thought, but he was out there. Diego was out there, but they didn't use the translator, so he got to it, and he did really well.
Nice.
They asked him about his cleats. He wears 2 different cleats, 2 different color and style cleats.
Really?
One about style, but yeah. And he said he was just like, oh, why not?
And now there's kids doing that in Little League, and I'm like, all right, slow down, Skippy.
It's a good idea for my T-baller, Bella.
Slow down.
Pay for 2 pairs.
Yeah,
of
you got to
shoes.
buy 2 pairs of shoes now. No, come on, man.
Well, I have. I mean, anybody needs cleats out there. Once Bella's done this run, I got cleats for days.
You got the hand-me-downs.
Uh-huh.
Oh, nice work there.
And if you buy really nice ones to start, they're
that's
still
smart.
kind of nice.
That's smart. Good work by you.
That's not why we did that. Kids just want the good cleats, and my wife buys them.
I'll tell you what, there's nothing better than hand-me-downs. All our neighbors handing over stuff for Lane. Oh, you got a baby. Here you go.
All right, coming up, Dave Zangaro, NFL schedule is out. We're going to talk about it with Dave coming up at 11 o'clock. 610-632-0975. And what did we get from Josh Harris yesterday? Oh, we got something. It's Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
The Sixers once again.
Ray, I need a little bit of the regular.
Yeah, we need the little.
We need the house style. Just a little bit slow.
Who is this?
It's Chris Cross.
Oh, yes.
Christopher Cross.
See, and I'm DJing on Saturday. I don't play it. I don't play Christopher Cross. I know Sailing is the #1 song.
Well, you know this hook right here. It takes too long to get to it.
New York City. You know, I get that this falls into the yacht rock category. This is like a dentist office.
Well, it's soft rock, yes.
Yeah.
No, you're right. It's soft rock. Like what B101 used to be back
Correct.
in 2003, where any dentist office you would go in. That's because now you get terrestrial. You don't get a terrestrial radio signal. You're getting some type of Pandora or whatever.
Sure.
No, this is what you would get. No, I would say that this song for sure trends more towards soft rock, not yacht rock. But yacht rock is soft rock.
Yeah.
I guess there's different categories to it. I do not enjoy.
No.
That's a little bit too slow for me.
A little slow. We got to bump it up a little bit.
Give me a little Bill
People
Withers.
Fired up around here. Now, got some good stuff today. We got a big weekend here in Philadelphia. Warm weather, too, on the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow, 80s, 90s on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get hot with it, baby.
Let's go. All right. Josh Harris yesterday. So there was talk. We started the show saying, is he going to take questions? And I'm like, there's no way he's going to take questions. Then I asked the source if he was going to take questions, who gave me kind of a non-answer. And then we found out towards the end of the show, like, he is going to take questions. We had talked to Bob Cooney yesterday, and he had said reporters may be asked not to ask non-basketball questions, which I don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I would bet my house that was something that was asked because nobody said anything until Kyle Neubeck kind of slid something in at the end. Do we have the question and the answer? Here's Kyle Neubeck of PHLY asking Josh Harris.
I think a lot of criticism recently has been turned toward you, specifically fan frustration-wise. There have been some fans who've been thrown out of games recently for yelling things like "sell the team." I guess, what would you say to those people? Because I think some of that is about just the lack of success or lack of championship success, but also maybe some of the off-court things that have not been addressed by you.
Ooh, wait, stop it real fast. Ooh.
Boom.
He made sure he got that in at the end. But he also talked about, which I wouldn't have thought to think, I wouldn't have thought to ask, was the people are getting thrown out for saying sell the team. So that shows you the level of frustration by the fans and the 76ers throwing people out, if that is true.
Yeah, I didn't
for yelling sell the team.
I heard that. I didn't see the video, and it's tough. I don't know if it's true or not, and it shouldn't happen. You should not be thrown out for saying sell the team. But there are lines, and we understand how that works. So, but credit to Kyle Neubeck, though. You're right about that.
All right, so here's go ahead, Ray.
But also maybe some of the off-court things that have not been addressed by you.
I think I'm very focused on setting up the team and the club to push through the second round and go to the NBA championship and achieve our goals. And, I care deeply for the team. No one's more frustrated than I am. I understand people's frustration. And, this is, having, going out and getting, someone as talented as Bob to kind of, help Philly achieve its goals. This is the next step in our evolution. And so, all I can tell you is that I'm sweating it really hard. I'm sweating it just as hard or harder as any of the fans. But that's what I'm focused on. And, I understand people's frustration.
Yeah, he was sweating hard.
All right, so I'm very passionate about this. I'm it's well documented.
Yes.
I do give him credit for getting up there. There's no doubt about that. I have no idea what was said before, so I don't know if that took place. Hey, don't ask a Sixers or don't ask a non-basketball question. Regardless, we gave credit to Kyle Neubeck. With that being said, Josh Harris steps up to the podium, reads from a prepared statement to open up, okay? And we all know Josh Harris is not the best public speaker, and I don't care. It is what it is. You want to read from a prepared statement and your opening line, that's fine. Like, I would rather it from the heart, but we're talking about a bajillionaire. Okay, he's awkward.
He may not be capable of doing it.
Fair, right? Like, we've seen him struggle, answer questions. Like, you brought up a great fact yesterday, Ray, with the whole shaking the hand on Monday Night Football. Dude's awkward.
He used to clear his throat. When he first was the owner here with press conferences, I did the let me clear my throat. And then Josh Harris was going, and Sixers got pissed at me. But so he's learned a little bit.
Yeah.
He's awkward.
Yeah, he is.
And uncomfortable up there.
Yes, very uncomfortable, and nobody sweats more than him. So he answered the one question about the Knicks taking over off the cuff, which I thought was great.
It was good.
It was good. That was a good answer. This was a prepared statement. This was, if a question goes into the sell the team avenue or goes down the avenue of any of the Epstein or any of the off-the-court issues, here's your paper, here's your prepared statement. And he flips through it. The video's there, and they focused in on a PHLY Sports. It's even closer, and you could see him. Boom. And he's reading. He read 3 lines.
I want to hear Philly. I want Philly to achieve.
Yeah.
It's like that was on the statement. No, I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
But you know why they do that? Like you said, he's incapable of really doing it, and the last thing they want is him to make things worse.
But PR's doing their job.
Yeah, for sure. Like, here's why I'll leave it with Josh Harris. I do believe he wants to win. I do believe they will spend money in the luxury tax if he feels like they have a chance to win. Bob Myers answered the question. Do you have that, Ray, where they're asking about the luxury tax? And that was directed at Josh Harris. Bob Myers smartly at the end, I believe, came in and said, hang on a second, just so you know, I wouldn't have taken this job. And then he talked about how much money they spent in Golden State. They spent hundreds of millions of dollars in luxury tax in Golden State when they weren't winning to try to keep winning. So Bob Myers ain't taking his job if Josh Harris is going to be like, no, we can't get this player because I don't want to spend more money. But here it is. Go ahead.
I just can't imagine a day where if I said to Josh or leadership said to Josh, this deal makes us a contender, but you have to go into the tax. If he says no, which he won't, I wouldn't work for somebody like that. Because, look, to be honest, if you look at the history of teams that have won a championship, I was one of them. We were in the tax. It'd be great if you can win a championship by not being in the tax. Very hard to do. But it has to make sense. And so I know, and again,
Stop it real fast. And it has to make sense. That's his answer to it. It has to make sense. He's going to spend, just like John Middleton, he's going to spend, but it's not going to be like, yeah, we need Quentin Grimes for $40 million, and we're going to have to now, it's going to be $100 million to get this B-level player. Josh Harris ain't paying that.
Yeah, man.
All right, go ahead.
about that part of the job, because if that comes up, I know what the answer will be.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a couple of gyms. That was a good answer. And then he also said, I only took this job to win a championship. Like that, that's music to my ears.
So, but back to Josh Harris, if you pay too close attention to him having to read from a script or not really be, he's like not even a robot up there. God, man, I felt bad for him and what he looked like up there. He looked like Louis, Danny DeVito's character from Taxi. Mm-hmm. He was so disheveled and sweating and uncomfortable. And, like, you can't put this guy in a better-looking suit. Like, they can't tell him, no, here's what you're going to wear. Is he not married? The wife can't pick out what he's wearing?
He's got a lot on his brain. I'll just say this. He got up there. People asked him whatever they wanted to a point, I would imagine, and that's all I'd ask, right? So
we're not going nuts about him today.
I am like, again, and I hate to even say this out loud, but, like, I'm ready to move on from, like, Josh Harris, go away. All right, the next time I want to see Josh Harris is opening night next year. I don't want to. I just done. I get it. He'll be on my television draft day, whatever. It's no longer your show.
Oh, he's gonna be on your TV.
Understood.
Eagles and the Commanders week 1.
Wow.
Ooh, we forget he owns a rival in the NFC East. That son of a bitch.
Yucky.
He doesn't care about Philadelphia, Shawn.
He said something about Philly, and the way he said it, I'm like, dude, you've been here for a long time.
He sounded like an outsider saying Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah, it didn't even sound genuine.
No, it was the answer with the. He's like, I want Philly to achieve, and I want. It's the last one we played. I want Philly to achieve.
Yes.
A championship.
Sounds like a guy that's got a lot of different teams.
Go away.
Sounds like a guy that wants to get the hell off of that dais and get out of there. Is what it looked like.
I'm so happy we got Bob. Let's go.
Dave Zangaro. He's coming up next. The Eagles' schedule. We went a whole 53 minutes without doing wins and L's. What do we think? What does Dave Zangaro think? That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
What's the future? I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update, and it's brought to you by the Hartford Auto Insurance. Drivers 50 and over can count on the Hartford Auto Insurance for protection that brings peace of mind to Hartford. Your protection is their passion, provided by the Hartford Insurance Group, Incorporated. We heard from Bob Myers and Josh Harris yesterday about the direction of the organization going forward after the dismissal of Daryl Morey as president of basketball operations. They're hoping to have new president of basketball operations in place by the draft. They also got into a little bit of the roster building. And what does the future look like for some of the older players on big contracts?
If I had the answer to that question, and I'd actually just do it. I don't know if I need to tell you. I just do it. Or I look forward to partnering with leadership to get that answer. but you're asking the right question. But that's a question I think everybody's asking, right?
And we'll continue to ask it through the entire offseason. NFL schedule release was last night. The Eagles open up September 13th against the Commanders in South Philly. 5 primetime games. We're going to break everything down with Dave Zangaro of NBC Sports Philadelphia coming up next. We'll also talk to Jeremy Fowler of ESPN coming up at 1. Phillies won 3-1 over the Red Sox last night. They have a series in Pittsburgh this weekend. This update is also brought to you by Summit Racing Equipment. Shop summitracing.com to keep your ride road trip ready. You'll find everything for pre-trip maintenance, plus enroll in the rewards program to get more power in every purchase. I'm Ray Dunn in your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Marks, happy Yacht Rock Friday. John Marks, Sean Brace, Ray Dunn, Dave Zangaro coming up here in 1 second. Eagles 2026 schedule was released last night. It was known, most of the games were known by the time we left the air, but then, I don't know, dinner time, 5 o'clock. I was listening to Bill when Bill had all the games. So we knew all the games. They start off from the preseason. The Eagles at the Ravens, Eagles at the Patriots, and then Bengals at the Eagles. So we know the preseason games. Not that anybody cares about that. And then week 1, the Commanders and Joshua Harris. Josh Harris rides in with the Commanders as they come through the tunnel against the Eagles. That's 4:25 start. To discuss all of that and a lot more, he is the ace for NBC Sports Philadelphia, the podcast with Ruben Frank. Eagle Eye View. Is that what they Bird's Eye View?
Bird's Eye View.
Bird's Eye View. Who's Eagle Eye View? We should start that podcast. Sean.
Eagle Eye View was a band. It was a one-hit wonder.
No,
Yeah.
Eagle Eye Cherry.
Oh, sorry.
It was the Say Tonight.
Is that it?
I bet Dave, put Dave up. I bet Dave knows the
That's
answer.
exactly what it was.
Eagle Eye Cherry.
There
yes.
it is.
I know my
Save
one-hit
tonight.
wonders.
Nice
Hi,
work.
Dave.
What's up, guys? Yeah, I remember that song.
Say Tonight.
1998?
I remember the video more than anything.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that was
Nice
a good
work.
one. What's up, Zangaro?
What's going on, guys? How are you?
Your reaction to the schedule, did you think it was easy, tough? Like the initial thoughts on records, things like that.
Yeah, I think the schedule in terms of the teams the Eagles play is I don't want to say easy, but it's easier than most first place schedules are going to be. And I think that obviously we know the divisions aren't going to change that they have to play, but some of the first place finishers I think are a little easier than the second place finishers from last year. I look at some of the teams the Cowboys have to play as the second place finisher in the NFC East, and I'd rather play the first place teams the Eagles are playing. So from that perspective, it's easy. In terms of the actual schedule and the way it's put together, it's a little wonky. You have games on all these different days.
Yep.
You have obviously the holidays you have to play. You have the international trip. You have 4 teams coming off bye weeks that you have to deal with. So I don't think the NFL did the Eagles many favors in that respect. But look, if the Eagles are going to be the team that we think they can be, I still think they're a 12-13 win team.
Yeah, I mean, Dave, get used to it. When you're a good team in the NFL, guess what? You get games on Thanksgiving. You get games on Christmas Eve. You get games in prime time.
Yeah.
That's where the Eagles are right now. And you're right, it is wonky. Because you have a Saturday, you have a Monday, then you have a Thursday. It's like they play on almost every day of the week. But, you're going to play internationally in big games. Almost all teams are going to be doing the international games very, very soon. So, yeah, it is. I'll be curious to see how it all plays out because really the role of the season is we'll see. But I agree with you. I mean, you have your toughest games at home, not on the road, which is it's good. You have the Rams again, but you have the Rams at home. It seems like you only play them here recently. But, yeah, man, I look at this as a schedule that does. They're probably going to win 11, 12, 13 games, and they're going to be somewhere depending, which is my next question. So I look at a team like the Commanders, and I say I'd rather play the Commanders early than later. Maybe that won't end up being true, but they were struggling last year. Maybe it takes a little bit of time for them to get them. But with the Eagles, if you're an opposing team, would you be wanting to play them early or later? Because there's 2 things that can happen to start the season. They're playing the Titans, who aren't a very good team, and they have the Commanders that weren't good last year. The offense could come out and look great. The offense could come out with Sean Mannion and Jalen Hurts and not look good. But, what's your expectations of what this team looks like at the beginning of the season? Because they do have a lot of change.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think if I were an opposing team, I'd rather play the Eagles early because you have the new offense, and it might take a little bit of time to work out some of the kinks there. And I'll knock on wood here. The Eagles have been a pretty healthy team in recent seasons. So if that continues, like a lot of teams, you look at the 49ers and that late game, I mean, half their team might be on IR by then, the way things are going for them. And that's not to say it's going to happen again this year, but the Eagles have been a relatively healthy team. And because they have so much newness, especially on the offensive side of the ball, if I'm an opposing team, I'd rather get them early than later.
We got Dave Zangaro joining us here. Dave, any purchases off the TikTok shop that you want to share with us?
No, but I do have to report back. I tried the berries.
The berries that taste like lemons, or the lemons that taste like berries?
Yeah, I'll refresh everyone's memory here. So these are little berries that you eat, and then they make sour things not taste sour anymore.
All right.
So I did try them, and they worked.
Wow.
And then I brought them into my office and had everyone else try them. And luckily, it worked for them too. I would have felt really bad if it was like a placebo. But no, everyone else said it worked for them as well.
No, but how long does it last? You have to eat the lemon right after the berry, or if you wait a half hour? Like, what's the time period?
Yeah, it's at like 20 to 40 minutes it lasts.
Oh, okay. It's like 15 minutes. You pop it underneath your tongue. It's like a blue chew.
Right, exactly. Maybe take it with a blue chew.
That's it. All right, Dave, let's talk about the schedule here. And I want to know what you would determine the gauntlet. But to bring up the fact that the Eagles have 4 teams coming off a bye, one spot that is really tough is coming off the London trip. They have the Panthers who are coming off the bye in week 6. And I thought it was really eye-opening. Nice work by the Eagles. Again, I don't think that they were trying to recreate the wheel out there when it comes to schedule release. They had the boys sit down and chop it up for 14 minutes. I thought that was cool and refreshing. Obviously, you have some other teams out there that are doing dynamic work, including Halo with the Chargers, all that. But leaving that to the side, you have 2 tough stretches in this schedule that caught my attention, Dave. And it's 3 through 5. You got the Bears on Monday Night Football. It should be 2-0 going into that. Should be. The Bears, the Rams, and the Jags. And, of course, the Jags is taking place across seas. And then later in December, you got the Seahawks, the Texans, and the 49ers. If I asked you right now, Dave, which one's the gauntlet? Which one you pointing at, though?
Man, that's tough.
I'd say early, the 3-game stretch earlier, the Bears, that's on the road, primetime. The Rams are just like, at some point, they got to break through here, and they hate the Eagles. Like, they really get
They've
up to them.
taken, like, those Rams games have been unbelievable. I still can't believe that Rams game is at 1 p.m. Back-to-back years. Like, these games are always awesome, and I don't understand why the league isn't putting those on prime time.
That's got to be TV related. Fox has to say, "Hey, we need a good 1 o'clock game," because that's the best. That's one of the best games of the year, right?
Yeah,
there.
right.
Yeah, that's going to be but that late stretch is, so many things can happen during a season. It happens every year where we think a team's going to be good and then they're just not. But Seahawks, Texans, 49ers, that is really, really tough. And the Colts before them, like, I know the Colts finished the year really slow last year, but they were a playoff team halfway through the 2025 season. So I wouldn't sleep on that one either. I think that second stretch, depending on health and unforeseen things, I think that might be a little tougher in my estimation.
Dave, a lot of people are Dave Zangaro, NBC Sports Philadelphia, great podcast. The Birds Huddle with Barrett, I see you on there all the time, writing on the website. A lot of people are starting to talk up the Giants. Oh, John Harbaugh is going in there, soft schedule. I'm not telling you I don't see the Giants improving and becoming a playoff team, because I absolutely believe in Harbaugh. Is it this year, though? They have some nice young pieces. Are the Giants a team that the Eagles should be looking out for this year?
No, I don't think so. I just don't think they have the talent right now to be a playoff team. I think they'll be a little better. I think Harbaugh is going to bring some stability to that franchise, and that's what they need. But, I don't think this is the year for them. I think it's going to take at least 2, maybe 3 years for them to really push for a playoff spot. Now, who knows? Like, crazy things happen. The turnaround in this league can be quicker than you expect. Think about the Commanders a couple of years ago. They kind of arrived way earlier than people thought. So if you have the quarterback, it can happen. But we'll see with the Giants, especially because as much as I liked what I saw from Jackson Dart last year, is there a ton of confidence he's going to be able to stay healthy playing the style of football he played last year? Like, that to me is as big a question as any for the Giants this year. So until I see that he can stay healthy, I'm not going to peg them for a surprise playoff team.
All right, the big question is, who the hell is Ryan Fowler, Dave?
He's a new addition over there.
Yeah, he's the new guy, and he had all the schedule releases. I mean, shout out to NBC
Ryan's
Sports.
awesome.
Yeah, nice work on that. I am not familiar with Ryan's game, but damn, did he kick in the door in a big way. Also followed me back because, you know what? We support each other when we're breaking news in the Eagles community.
Does Dave know that? Does Dave know? So Shawn was the first to report the Tennessee game was week 2.
Yeah.
So
the game of the year.
The game of the year. Shawn reported that first. So just so you know that when you're attributing who reported that first, it was Shawn.
Yeah, Ryan. Nice work by Ryan. Yeah, send the shout out his way.
Absolutely. Great draft guy too. He was fun to work with during the draft. Knows his stuff.
Very cool. All right, last thing, Dave. As we approach the camps and then you get in the training camp, Howie has shown a real knack in recent years. I mean, we're going all the way back to the year they won the first Super Bowl. Who's the slot corner they brought in? He was unbelievable. Blanking on his name.
Robinson.
Patrick, yeah. So Howie, Dory Jackson was a late signing last year. What's the position that we should be looking out for as a possible veteran signing of a guy that we could see play a lot this year?
Yeah, I mean, this is the chalk answer, but it's safety. That's the position I look at. It kind of reminds me of cornerback last year, where you have some guys in the mix that you think, okay, these guys are going to compete for the job. Maybe it's like you think about last year, it's like, all right, maybe it's a Dory Jackson, maybe it's Keely Ringo, and they get to training camp and they go, we don't love the way this is going, and they trade for Jacorian Bennett. Right. And while that trade didn't work out, they still made a move to bring somebody in, and I think safety is just clearly the weakest spot on that defense, especially. So I think safety is definitely one where I'd keep an eye on.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. By the way, Dave, I was the president of the Adoree Jackson fan club. Ooh. If he comes back, I could bring it back. But I thought he was pretty good last year, considering he was a veteran guy that no one really wanted.
And look, I gave him so much credit because they tried to replace him a million times last year, and he just I remember talking to him about it, and he was so competitive, and he was like, you know what, they can keep bringing in whoever they want. I'm going to keep getting better. And I give him credit. I give Vic Fangio credit because he did some things schematically to help him out a little bit. But, yeah, I thought Adoree ended up playing at a pretty decent level.
All right. He's done it again. He's survived another interview with
nice
Shawn.
Love it.
Dave Zangaro, everybody. Let's hear it. Let's play him out.
Yeah.
Woo!
Dave Zangaro. Oh, sorry.
Dave Zangaro. Thanks, Dave.
Nice work. Nice
right,
work.
Guys, take care.
You man.
Here it comes.
Dave Zangaro.
Dave. Woo! As joining us in studio right now, somebody that may or may not know more than music. He knows more music than me. His name's Casey Boy from WMMR Preston and Steve Show.
Oh, don't get it twisted. I probably don't know more music than anybody, but I just work at a rock radio station.
So when you have your barbecue, which you had again, and great. Another
great
year,
day.
another great day. It always is.
Alice Cooper.
It's what always impressed me about Pierre. He could talk to some 40-year-old, 30-year-old rocker,
20-year-old rocker,
and it's not even like his style, and give you the best interview you're ever going to get. Because I look at some of these bands and I'm like, all right, I don't need to see them in 2026.
Yeah,
Pierre did the best interviews with those guys.
Well, listen, he does his research, right? He took his job very, very serious, as you guys do. You guys don't come in here not knowing your stats. Yeah, I mean, Adoree Jackson, where did he go to college?
I have no idea.
Probably.
Don't look at me.
No, but to your point,
yeah.
We're prepared when we go on the air, and nobody was more prepared than Pierre.
Yeah, exactly. And and
USC.
Oh, that's right. He did.
I was going to say Gamecocks. So I was going with that maroon color. So I go by color, right? And then I'm like, oh, what color did he?
If you said SC, you'd have been correct.
Yeah. But listen, all those guys down the hall, they do their work. They do their job. Like Jackie Bam Bam, right? His shift is 7 to midnight. He just left like 2 hours ago, right? Preparing for his show.
Yeah, no, I'll see him walk out routinely when I'm coming in.
Yeah.
There you go. So what's up, dude? Did you do wins and losses yet for the Eagles?
I just got pulled aside by Dylan, and he asked me one game, and I called it a win.
Yeah, of course.
Of course you did. Yeah,
17-0.
You seem like a 17-0 guy.
I'm a 17-0 guy.
17-0.
Yeah. I was listening to you guys yesterday. I was listening to the breaking news, the Nashville game, and then you also broke the Chicago game as well. Thank God.
Well, I was definitely, the heart was beating a little bit.
I was praying for you. You guys did like a little bit of a little mini win and loss thing during that segment, and I was like, did you guys ever check at the end of the season your record on your wins and losses?
I mean,
to be honest with you,
I don't keep track of it.
These past few seasons, the Eagles have been really good. So I'm not a guy that's going to sit here and tell you that they're going to win every game, but for the most part, been right around where they need to be.
For example, what I'll take credit for is a game that looks like a surefire win, and I look at it on the schedule and say, nah, that's a trap game. That's coming off a Monday Night Football game against the Cowboys.
Right.
So those are the kind of games you look out for, like Cowboys home against the Eagles after the Panthers game. The Panthers at home after so
that Panthers keeps tough.
So that's a trap game because you have Rams, Eagles in London, and then the Panthers. 1 p.m. game, you have Dick Stockton's doing the play-by-play or whatever, right? So you have the worst play-by-play. And then you come in, you're like, yeah, we got them. We'll beat them. And the Panthers got something else for you, you know?
Off the bye, too.
Yeah, off the bye.
Right.
Yeah, you have, how many did Dave say off the bye?
4. There's 4 games.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
4
off the
teams.
bye. Listen, I hate off the bye games. I hate primetime games. Like a Christmas Eve home game. I can't go to that game, dude. I got to take my mom to mass.
So Bill Colarulo yesterday was bitching about the Christmas Eve game. And I get it with family stuff. That sucks.
Yeah.
It does. I get it. But you know what? It's a privilege to play some of those games. It's a privilege to play on Christmas Eve. People are mad at the NFL because they're like, all right, like enough is enough. It's never enough, man.
No.
You're going to get games all the time.
Listen, it's a Thursday night game, right? So there has to be Thursday night football. I can.
That's what they say.
Yeah. All right. So Thursday nights, you're not going to get away from Sunday nights, Monday nights. You're not going to get away from those games. You have to schedule them, and somebody has to play them.
Make it year round.
Yeah.
Hey, man, if
even-
Best Buy's going to make people on Thanksgiving come into work, then what the hell? Let
Right.
these guys play football.
But like even the San Fran game, like, oh, we're playing an away game in San Fran. I've been to 2 away games in San Francisco. I actually, little TMI here, right? But I created a child. My youngest was created in San Francisco.
Nice work. Congratulations.
Thank you. But and I love that. But dude, on January 3rd, like my Christmas break is over at that point. You know, like I
hear
can't
ya.
go to that game.
You know,
poor
what's
Casey.
funny is so you created your kid when you went to see the Eagles and 49ers.
Yeah.
I created my kid when I went to see the Eagles and the Saints.
right?
Yeah, how about that? How about that?
But yeah, so
So the moral of the story is if you want to have kids, go on an away trip and
yeah.
Philly Sports Trip.
Sports
Hit 'em up.
Trips. Right.
Yeah. My daughter's middle name is Philly Sports Trips.
Can you put that in the promo?
My next boy is named Vince, actually. Just named him right after the guy
Now,
running the place.
You may not even know your future baby mama before the Philly sports trips. You can
Right.
meet her down there.
Right? It could happen.
Go to Tampa, get some trashy Tampa woman, and then you're like
Hey.
mad the rest of your life.
No Tampa Bay this year.
Thank
What's up with
God.
that?
How about that?
Yeah.
Right?
All right, so check it out. The
All right.
game to go to, you talk about Philly sports trips. Week 3 at the Bears on Monday Night Football.
So
Are you kidding me?
I know, and that's my wife's 50th birthday weekend.
Oh,
Ooh,
well,
I
she
should've
won't
said
mind
that.
you going with us. that
No,
weekend.
she should go.
You should take her.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we've done the Chicago trip before. Never.
It's early enough to where the weather's still going to be good.
All right,
And
do me a favor real quick. Somebody look this up. Is Notre Dame playing home that weekend? Because that's a short little road trip. It's like
you could do both. It happened
do
last
both.
time.
Yeah.
The last time they played in Chicago, right? Or was
Yeah.
that a Phillies game? I don't remember.
I don't remember, but like, dude, there's so much to do in Chicago. You know what I really want to do? Why I would love to do that? I want to do one of those movie tours where you get to go to like Shermer High and like listen, Breakfast Club, 16
yeah.
Candles, like
Cooley
all-
High?
Yeah.
They don't
Ferris
make 'em
Bueller,
like that
You
anymore.
can do like a cool little movie.
Chicago's a hell of a town.
yeah.
No, because it's Monday, you get the extra day, which in Chicago, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You can do Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and still feel like you didn't. Because Chicago, it's a big city and there's a lot to do.
Yeah.
My kind of town.
You can do on the river that goes through the town. You can do
architectural tour if you're a big nerd.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. I've
Hey,
done that.
You can also go to the Wiener Circle. Have you guys ever heard about the Wiener Circle?
Hello.
You
They-
like a good hot dog?
They got good dogs out
So
there.
I used to date a girl that lived in Chicago,
Mhm.
and I've been there many times. My buddy Sludge, bride of daddy, lives there, so I've been. He works in radio,
Yeah.
so I've been out there a couple times. I've seen him a couple times, so I get the insider view of some of the spots.
Well, listen, the Wiener Circle, the charm is the staff there curses you out,
Nice.
right?
And it's a male strip club. Is
no,
that what it is?
it's a hot dog joint,
I know.
and
Oh,
so,
good.
but for
Oh,
$20 you can get a chocolate shake, but it's not a milkshake. The ladies behind the counter pull up their shirts.
Stop it.
God, I swear.
They
to
do
God.
this in 2026.
Well, they did it when I went 6 years ago. Or
I love
something.
it.
Okay, all
I
right.
love it.
Yeah.
Bring
Sean's
it back.
putting
Come
on his
in.
voice
Yeah.
memo.
I do want to give a quick plug because they did have recent news. Now it's Eagles fan travel.
Yes.
It's the Philly sports trip, but now they are officially locked in with the Eagles. So they are the go-to Eagles fan travel. Check them
They're
out.
locked in with Eagles.
Correct. Like they are official. Built
All
by
right.
fans, built for fans.
All right,
Pretty
Eagles
cool
fan
stuff
travel. We'll see you in Chicago. all right?
Chicago, got to get there.
All right, Casey boy, have a good weekend, buddy.
Casey boy.
There he is, Casey boy from WMMR. President Steve wearing green Adidas pants and a shirt that has green in it. Yeah, you have to match the shirt. Listen, I get you. I know.
I'm ready for the countdown. Memorial Day weekend, brother.
1 week from today, Keenan, see you there.
Yeah. All right. Is that right? Is next week? 'Cause it's early. It's early Memorial Day.
Yes, and Labor Day's later. It's like the 7th, I think.
Oh, boy. All right, Casey. All right. Coming up next, are we allowed to change the win-loss? Because more stuff could happen. We could get scared.
We have to do this once
is
a month
first.
at least.
Is this like the mock draft 1.0?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Our official wins and losses predictions 1.0 is coming up next for all of us. Where will we stand at the end of this? Find out next. Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Talking future, I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update, and it's brought to you by Morgenstern Medical. Losing your hair and wish you could do something about it? Call the trusted team at Morgenstern Medical, because where you go matters. Call 610-830-HAIR. We heard from Bob Myers. Speaking of hair, we heard from Bob Myers and Josh Harris yesterday addressing the dismissal of Daryl Morey and the search for a new president of basketball operations. Among what they talked about, the timeline, trying to have someone in place before the draft, some of the future planning of this roster. Can you still win with the big contracts of Joel Embiid and Paul George?
If I had the answer to that question, and I'd actually just do it. I don't know if I need to tell you. I just do it. Or I look forward to partnering with leadership to get that answer. But you're asking the right question. But that's a question I think everybody's asking, right?
Yeah, we're asking it. We're going to continue to ask it throughout this offseason. Speaking of offseasons, NFL schedule release was last night. Eagles open up September 13th against the Commanders in South Philly. 5 primetime games for the Birds. You just heard in that last segment from Dave Zangaro of NBC Sports Philadelphia. You'll hear from ESPN's Jeremy Fowler coming up at 1 o'clock. Phillies won 3-1 over the Red Sox last night. Kyle Schwarber, another home run for him. Phils go to Pittsburgh this weekend. This update brought to you by AAA Tire and Auto Service. Save up to $75 on brake repair on AAA Tire and Auto Service. $25 off 1 axle replacement, $75 off 2. Terms apply, ends May 30th. Visit AAA.com/mycar. I'm Ray Dunn in your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic.
Yacht Rock Friday. It doesn't feel like Yacht Rock, though, and I know you're doing what we asked you to.
Yeah, it's got the mix.
It's good.
It vibes in, too. A little Luther.
Yeah.
I mix it up.
If you're looking at the YouTube chat, if you're looking at watching YouTube right now, there's a picture of Ray. That I printed some pictures. One was Shawn with his shirt off sitting there, and then Ray smoking a cigarette at his broadcast.
Picture. Yeah.
So
no AI either. Right, like Ray will burn a cig at halftime. I think that's like his go-to.
I had an issue actually with St. John's with that picture. They were mad at me for burning the cig before the game. I was like, this gym is 100 years old. No one ever smoked in here before. Come on.
Do you put the ashtray in between you and Dunphy when you're calling, or is it
No,
over?
I like to keep it on the other side.
Gotcha.
I don't want to get into his space.
Of course.
Well, I think we were a cooler society when we were able to just blaze cigs.
Smoke inside, yeah.
Yeah, like Johnny Carson, the late night talk shows were cooler.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Much better society. Well, maybe better society, not healthier society.
Yeah, I agree with that. But, I mean, we're eventually going to go, like I saw some disease is now picking up in Africa. You see that? That's like,
No.
Yeah, it's a new one.
I'm still dealing with this virus.
Yeah, we still got that. People are still taking cruises for whatever reason in 2026.
Jen Fred had somebody that was in quarantine.
That's crazy.
And was doing a Zoom with them on her digital show.
Jeez.
In quarantine. He would work for the ship, work for the cruise. And, yeah, so it's like he can't leave for 38 more days or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, you can do it 138 days. Sorry, dude.
Supposedly this virus is going to live in our sperm for 6 years. Did you see that?
Yeah, I'm hoping that I'm hoping we're okay.
Yeah, I think we are, but I don't think we know everything, too, though. Be reality. Be truthful, right?
That's clear.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some wins and losses, dog.
Nice segue.
Yeah. Uncle Jamie just returned from overseas, and he says they still smoke inside restaurants and everywhere.
I don't know. Like, I'm not saying I want it. I'm just saying we were cooler. Like, we looked better.
Remember the smoking, the smoking section and then the non-smoking section?
Ridiculous.
I remember at the mall, Willow Grove Mall, they had a smoking section, which was like this, not a cube, it was bigger than that, but it was like this, it was this square in the middle of it. It's like, you can only smoke in there. People couldn't control themselves that they couldn't smoke. They had to smoke everywhere. There are ashtrays in the mall when you're walking around. It's like trash in the middle and then the ashtrays on the outside.
Oh, yeah. The lattice.
That's how Ray got started smoking.
Yeah, hooked him.
Himself.
No, the lattice at Burger King. You would be in the non-smoking. All it would be is that wooden lattice.
Yeah, the wooden thing. You're right. Yeah, McDonald's had a non-smoking section too. All right, let's give them a win, give them a loss. All right.
Yes.
Commanders Eagles open the season. Give me a little music or something, Raymond.
I think, I'm going win. I just think that the Eagles are going to be a better team defensively, and you know how offenses start slow to start the season, so give me a win.
Ray, you guys keep track of this too, all right? I don't have to keep track of you.
Yeah.
Give me a win.
Yeah, I got to win. All right, Tennessee, everybody win?
Yeah, that's a win. Give them a win.
At the Bears on Monday Night Football, before the Rams game. So you have 3 games ahead of you that are tough.
I don't think it's out of the realm to say that they could win, but I'm going to go loss.
I'm going to go win because I'm going loss following week.
Oh, okay.
Loss to the Rams. What about you?
Win against the Rams.
That's a home game.
Yeah.
Correct.
They got some sort of godly power over the Rams. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I'll buy what Ray's selling. Win.
All right, Eagles at Jags, London.
That's a loss.
Following week.
Yeah, I'm riding with Ray on this one. It's a short line, 2.5. That's a home game for the Jags. I'll go L. Although Saquon was saying how cool it is to play across seas. That's a big spot for the Bird. Damn, I'm gonna go L though.
So I typically, when I do this, I don't go wins and losses every week. I group them in 4s because the four games I have them winning against the Jags, but the next 4 games before the bye, home against the Panthers, home against the Cowboys, at the Commanders, home against the Giants, they're winning 2 and they're losing 2. I firmly believe that. So, the Panthers, that could be a really big trap game. They're coming off of 3 games. They were in London, and then they're right back at it the following Sunday. So, but then Cowboys at home. So they're losing 2 of those games would be my prediction.
I agree with you. I'm actually going L with the Jags, L with the Panthers.
Okay. Cowboys, Eagles?
That's a home game. That's a dub.
All right.
extra day, Monday Night Football at home.
So you both said loss against the Jaguars. In the next 4 games, Panthers, Cowboys, Commanders, Giants. What's their record?
Panthers.
2-2 in those games.
That's what I said.
I got 3-1. 3-1.
All right. Bye week coming out of the bye. This is your biggest lock. Bet it now. Home against the Steelers, 425.
Dub.
Aaron Rodgers might retire after this game. And the Eagles are all over him.
Does Aaron Rodgers make it to this game?
Good point. Because if he doesn't, they'll beat him even worse.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I'm going Eagles big in this game.
Yep.
Eagles at the Cowboys following Thursday.
That's an L.
Agreed.
I'm taking the win.
All right.
Give me Thanksgiving.
At Cardinals.
Oh, damn. That's a Thanksgiving game. Are they going to lose on? Yeah.
Now
Sure.
they're saving their holiday loss for later in the season.
Okay, good call.
Tease for a few minutes.
All right.
At the Cardinals, they get get ready for mini bye talk.
Yeah,
it.
that's a dub.
W.
They always struggle in Arizona. I'm just telling you, back from the Buddy Ryan days, the Eagles would have good teams. The Phoenix Cardinals would stink.
But they just squeaked it out the last time they were out there, I'm pretty
They
sure.
did.
Vi Sikahema is not on that team, John Marks.
All right, following week, home Colts. I'm going to go, they win one game, they lose one of those games. I'm going to give them a loss against the Colts then.
Oh, they beat the Colts.
Yeah, they beat the Colts.
Because they have the Seahawks the following Saturday on Christmas, or on, not Christmas Eve, but Saturday 5 p.m. game.
Tough, and that's on the road in Seattle. Give me
At
an
home.
L.
No, it's at home.
Oh, the Seattle Seahawks is home. Wow. L, though. Still a loss.
Okay.
Yep.
Ray?
They're allergic to beating the Seahawks. That's a loss.
Yeah, I mean, at home, are they allergic to beating the Seahawks?
Anytime I see Seattle, W's and L's, it's one of the few things that I stick to year in, year out.
Short week, Christmas Eve, Thursday Night Football, Texans, Eagles. That's a win. Screw the Texans. They're not that good.
Yeah, I'll take a win. One holiday. They're going to split on the holiday, so give me a win there.
Now, at the Niners, with two weeks to go, the Niners, this is where I want to be playing the Niners. They may be done by that time. They might be injured by that time. I don't know, but I'm going to give them a win.
Yeah, me too.
And then the last game of the year, do we even need to say? Because we don't know if they're going to need to play it or not, right?
Well, what's your record right now?
All right, let's look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 wins.
I got 5 losses so far.
I have 5 losses.
So I
as
think
well.
chances are, if you're an 11-5 team, you're probably playing for some sort of seeding, right?
Could be, you don't know. That's what I'm saying. So let's give them a win, and they're 12-5.
Yeah.
Resting the starters.
At the Giants. If the Giants are out of it, yeah, they rest the starters and lose. They needed the game this year. Rested the starters.
Yep.
Rats. All right, I'm 12-5. Sean, what are you?
Yeah, 5, but that's the flip of the coin, and that final game doesn't mean something. So I could see 6 losses, but right here, right now, I have 5 losses.
Ray?
I'm 11-6 with them winning that final game.
Ooh, look at Ray.
How about that?
They tend to bunch up their losses under Sirianni. So I got 2 different 2-game losing skits here.
Okay.
And that's probably generous.
What are your losing skids? Run it back.
I got the London game and loss, and they come home and lose to the Panthers.
Same.
And then I got the doubleheader of sorry, John, your birthday's ruined, and Christmas Eve's ruined.
Would be the first time. I went down to Washington on my birthday. Chip Kelly's, if it was his last game or his last year, they lost. They were eliminated.
I remember that.
Yep, that was terrible.
Horrible.
That's it, because that's a bad stadium, and that's a bad drive to get out of that stadium. It's the worst time ever.
Was that a Saturday night?
It was a Saturday, and yeah, it was a Saturday night game or a Saturday late afternoon game. And the good part about that was that Washington fans hated Daniel Snyder, and they knew the team sucked. They weren't even like everybody was drinking beers together because they're like, yeah, you're good. You're gonna miss the playoffs though, and we're not. Our team sucks. So everybody was just kind of like, there was no fighting, which was nice. All right, 12-5, 11-6.
12-5 gets it done. I think 11.5 is the total. Man, it's a tough bet, but yeah, look, you're talking about a team that could win the division and potentially 12-5 gets you the overall 1 seed. Maybe, maybe not, but definitely in the running.
All right, so coming up at 12:30, and it'll help us jump back into the 76ers. So Bob Myers, he spoke yesterday, and he was like, Shawn had this idea of an exit interview. If you're a 76er fan, and Bob Myers, because you know what, like if I was Bob Myers and I like came and did an interview, I'd say like, what do you think of the team? Like, what are people saying about the team? Because Bob, from his view, he's got no idea, like, unless he's cramming sports radio and trying to figure out, like, what is the pulse of the fans? You guys talk to fans all the time. You lived here. You're a Sixer fan. Like, what do you think of the team? So that's what we're asking people out there on the voice memo, on the Davis Honda text line, 610-632-0975. If Bob Myers said, hey, let me grab you for a couple minutes. Like, what do you think? What do you think of the team? Could be keep Embiid, get rid of Embiid. It's really like kind of your sounding board, 30 to 60 seconds of what you would say to Bob Myers. And it's the exit interview, 610-632-0975. The Davis Honda text line. So leave your name, location, occupation, and what you would say to Bob Myers. Also coming back, we're going to play for you his comments about the exit interviews for the 76ers players. This is interesting. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Do you know who it is?
Michael McDonald doing.
Boom.
Yeah, but I want to hear the original version of this. I'm saying for the slower ones, maybe pick it up a little bit. Not the good ones. It's just still good. Yes. I know it's Michael McDonald.
Let's go.
All right. We're back on a Yacht Rock Friday.
Hey, now.
All right. We had 12 o'clock news at noon. And then Ray, I just found out yesterday, like a really big, like it's like a big deal.
Huge.
And Ray's not, like he's just like, oh. I'm like, well, how you not tell me earlier? How you not tell us earlier? So right after news at noon, we'll discuss that. Because I don't think it's Ray being modest. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't get it. Like he just doesn't want to be made fun of, or doesn't want us.
Are you gonna say it? Like, yeah, we talked about it yesterday.
Did we?
Yeah, well, we'll save it.
No, we'll save it.
All right, he's
after
being.
news in there.
I think it's a combination of he's definitely being modest, but at the same time,
No,
they,
but he
they stink.
They didn't even, but like you told me, I didn't even know about it. I have to be like, you're, and he's like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, okay. It's not like you didn't have every opportunity to tell me.
I'm telling you, he holds out.
I know he does. Believe me, I know he does.
The ring it.
I know he does. He's got his own agenda.
He holds out.
All right, that's coming up at 12.
Dude, he's hiding.
Everybody agreed.
Hey, Ray.
If you're just tuning in, start of the show, everybody agreed that Bob Myers was just like he's up there swooning. I caught myself a couple times staring at him a little bit too much. Like, whoa, hold on a second.
You're going full Charles Barkley on us. Don't look at his eyes, man.
But man, and you know what? Like, and I just had someone text me and be like, "Well, what did he even really say?" Exactly. A, didn't stick his foot in his mouth. B, like yesterday's assignment. Honestly, wasn't difficult. To somebody that has skill in doing something like that, it wasn't difficult. He was just being himself.
Yep.
He's being honest. He doesn't know what he's going to have to do to lead this team to a championship. He's not going to come out and blow a bunch of hot air out there. Like he's coming in and saying like, hey, I'm in charge. I'm going to hire an executive. We have a lot of big decisions to make. He talked about leadership and culture and things like that. Those are all things that need to change with this organization. He gave answers about luxury tax where he said, I wouldn't have taken this job unless they're going to spend on the luxury tax. Like he gave you a little bit of meat of what you're looking for. But like for the most part, he needs to figure out what it's going to be. There's no easy answer to what's going to fix the 76ers. So if you're looking for an easy answer yesterday, you weren't going to get it. But he just showed, just by admitting these things and saying, like, hey, it's not going to just be me. It's going to be everything. He just spoke very well to the fans yesterday. And I was very impressed, man. He's a smart dude. And let's go. The Sixers hired a 4-time NBA champion. Somebody that was the general manager / president of basketball ops for a 4-time NBA champion franchise. That's who the Sixers just hired to run their basketball operations. Wouldn't you say that's a good thing? Shouldn't you say Sixers fans should be very excited?
I'd say that's an unbelievable thing. And anyone rolling their eyes like, oh, Steph Curry. Dude, there were so many more moves that were made over that period. Obviously, we're talking 4 championships. You know how many things have to go right for you to get 1, 2, they won 4. And also, like, to your point, he was very authentic. I didn't think he was, calculated. He didn't have notes in front of him that he was reading off. He didn't have, if you walk into Bob Myers' office today, I highly doubt that there's anything in there, maybe a beanbag or a table. But other than that, you're not going to have the posters on the wall where it's like, growth lives outside the comfort zone or be where your feet are. None of that nonsense. It just seems like he's a matter-of-fact dude that has been there and done that and knows he can't do it alone. Yep. Right? And that speaks
and knows
to me.
This isn't good enough and knows that just trotting back with Joel Embiid's not going to be good enough. Knows he needs to change the culture. Know he needs to change everything.
Yeah.
He knows it. And Josh Harris, you know what he's going to do? Take care of it. Josh Harris doesn't want to meddle in basketball decisions. He wants to make a lot of money, and he wants to hire somebody that's going to run his organization well. Right?
I agree.
Okay.
And I thought Josh Harris, with the one question that he answered, again, off the cuff, was about the Knicks fan, was, yeah, man, we got to win. We're going to win. That's the only way we would stop that. Let's win. Let's get back to beating the Knicks. Let's get back to winning on the court, and we won't have those issues. Totally agree, Josh. Thank you.
Agreed. Right.
Under promise, over deliver.
Yeah, and he talked honestly about Joel Embiid, and if you listened to his comments about Joel Embiid, I would say that he very clearly knows he's got a problem, and he challenged Joel Embiid to come into camp in shape. I mean, he literally said Joel Embiid's name, and he said he understands the injuries and things like that, but then he said you have to come in and you have to be in shape, and then later asked about Joel Embiid. If Joel Embiid can be traded and he feels like that it's worth it, he will trade him. He is not coming in here being like, Joel Embiid, oh, my God, he's so talented. You win with Joel. Like Daryl Morey came in with you win with Joel Embiid. You can't get rid of that talent. Because he looked at guys like James Harden and Joel Embiid, and he's like, well, that's how you win. No, you win with great players and with good character guys and with good culture. The 76ers culture is bad.
Yep.
And that needs to be changed first. The New York Giants culture, bad. You know who changes that? John Harbaugh. He doesn't need to be an offensive guru and genius to change the culture of the team. That matters as much as anything else, if not more.
Yeah, I thought there were plenty of things said. I know it was very vague for a lot of people out there, and I'm not trying to make too much out of something, but at the end of the day, he was asked point blank about the contracts, the max contracts on the roster, and he said simply, we didn't get it this year. We didn't get it done this year with 3 guys on max contracts, like to start that answer. And I just like, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, we did not get it done. And I'm sick and tired of competing. I'm sick and tired of the second-round exits. For crying out loud, get there. Get there. We need to figure it out. And obviously, if the guys that are on the current roster aren't able to do so, we need to make changes.
Honestly, with everything he did yesterday and everything he said yesterday, which granted, it wasn't a lot, but just hit the aura of him. Man, when you hear Daryl Morey talk and you see Daryl Morey talk, it's like you're talking about it. You're in a different game.
The aura.
You're on a different level. Now he's got to do it. He's got to get the right players. He has to follow through with it. But when you have that many championships, you think Bob Myers is saying, "Yeah, but I had Steph Curry, so I'm not a 4-time champion. I'm not a 2-time executive of the year." You're not saying that. You're being like, you know what? I know how I've done it. I know how it's done. I've done it before. I'm going to do it again. And that's the kind of confidence he shows when he speaks up there, because he can say anything and no one can say, no, you're wrong about that. People may not like what he says.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he talked down to Daryl Morey at all, because he said, listen, I think Daryl did a good job. But, he wasn't up there worried about what he was saying about anything.
No, and he even put the one thing to the one question. He was like, we're not here to disparage Daryl at all.
Right.
And those guys were competing for many seasons. Remember, Daryl was running the Houston Rockets. Obviously, Bob with the Golden State Warriors. Warriors beat them every single time, it seemed like. So, it's understood. I do want to put this out here. My buddy Colin texted me this morning. Colin Good. How about the Vegas, just real quick, you want to talk about teams getting over the hump?
Yep.
And some teams having the great luck. Vegas advanced last night in the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs.
Dude. John Tortorella came in with 8 games left in the season.
Colorado and Vegas, watch out. That's going to be must-see TV. Vegas Golden Knights have been in the NHL for only 9 years, heading to their 5th Western Conference final. Just think about that. They have made the playoffs all but 1 year and have 1 cup. Incredible run, man. Why can't we get some of that?
Well, you need an expansion team. Just get rid of everybody, and then didn't they get a real deal goalie right off the bat? I forget exactly how that.
Now they got Carter Hart leading the charge.
How about that?
I just mean it from the Sixers' perspective. We talked about all the teams.
From the Flyers' perspective.
Yeah, that too, right? Just can we get a little bit of that? What are we doing wrong? That's all.
You got the right guy in charge.
You're damn right.
You got the right guy in charge. So you have the exit interviews that we're playing right here. Bob Myers talking about exit interviews.
It was fascinating to hear from the current staff that I saw yesterday in Chicago what was said at the exit interviews. I find that very impactful. I'm not going to tell you. That's not fair. All of it matters. All these conversations, all the things you learn about an organization when the game is over.
Yeah, so what happens at the exit interviews? And he's talking about his staff, like Elton, people in the front office, scouts, and things like that. What do you think they're saying?
Yep.
The way his face lit up when he said that. And I was thinking about when Tony Jones said it was a tumultuous season. It's like, man, what did Bob Myers not know from a 30,000-foot view that he found out in Chicago over the last 24 hours?
But you're also getting an Elton Brand, because obviously they're asking about Joel Embiid. You're also getting, I'm not going to single out Elton, but everybody in that front office that he's interviewing that's going to give their honest opinion, which is it's being overblown, that Joe's a good guy or whatever, or it's a problem. Because it's a problem. Anybody in that organization knows it's a problem. Bob Myers knows it's a problem.
It's what we heard. Point blank in the story. You're right about that. Nice work, Ray. He was digging ditches
deep.
to try to find that audio.
Well, I mean, good for him because he's holding back everything else on the show.
yeah, I know. Ring it.
So,
No,
I don't know.
Save
yeah,
it. Save it.
Whatever. You guys.
Well, I mean, how do I find out? Literally, we have one more show to do, and this is the first time I'm finding out that you're doing play-by-play, a major play-by-play job. I mean, don't give me the modest crap, all right?
That's coming up because we got to hit a break.
All right, that's coming up. The News at Noon with Ray, and then Ray, I'm very disappointed in the young man. Very disappointed. I know his mom's listening. He's disappointing me. Mrs. Dunn. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
What's the future? I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. We heard from both Bob Myers and Josh Harris yesterday addressing the future of the 76ers, the search for a new president of basketball operations, and the way things will work going forward. Bob Myers said he's not going to be involved in the day-to-day and then kind of described what being involved day-to-day is. They also talked about having a timeline in place, trying to get someone in place before the draft, and, of course, address the future of this roster.
If I had the answer to that question, and I'd actually just do it. I don't know if I need to tell you. I just do it. Or I look forward to partnering with leadership to get that answer. But you're asking the right question. But that's a question I think everybody's asking, right?
So we'll continue to ask the question of whether or not Joel Embiid and Paul George are a part of this team going forward. NFL schedule release day was yesterday. The Eagles open up September 13th against the Commanders in South Philly. 5 primetime games for the Birds. We spoke to NBC Sports Philadelphia's Dave Zangaro at 11. We're going to talk to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler coming up at 1 o'clock. Phillies won 3-1 over the Red Sox last night. Kyle Schwarber, another home run last night. They head to Pittsburgh for a series this weekend. This update is brought to you by Fox One. Fox News is now streaming live on Fox One. Get breaking news, in-depth analysis, and perspectives from the voices you trust all in one place. Stream Fox News on Fox One. See Fox One for complete terms and conditions. Download today. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
John Mark, Sean Brace, Ray Dunn. This is a good one.
You like that?
This is when Yacht Rock to Club Rock.
This is what you get tomorrow at the canal, baby. Let's go.
Oh, so last time you did Friday, now you're doing Saturday night?
So this is Saturday, 6 p.m., and we are talking 80-degree weather tomorrow on Main Street in Manayunk.
It's going to be hot.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to be packed.
A lot of people checking in on via social. Looking forward to hopefully a lot of people coming out from the show, all that good stuff.
So where is it that you will be DJing?
It's right across the street from Goat's Beard and Main Street in Manayunk. So if you know where that is.
So if you know where Goat's Beard is.
It's across the street, and it's a place called Canal Side. So come on down. Speaking of social media, yesterday we had some fun with the Big Dom deal, right? Big Dom was the voiceover. We stumbled into that. Thought it was pretty funny. And dude, I'll tell you what. He was catching heat, obviously, from a lot of people that are nationally like, oh, yeah. But then I booed somebody that was like a New York guy. I came with a tweet. And a lot of people came underneath it and go, Brace, he's right. Too much Big Dom these days.
Yeah, no, I know that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No. It's Big Dom. That's our guy.
They say the same thing about Kelsey.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I hear them. I don't, like, I'm not even going to say I agree or disagree. Like, I hear you. I know what you're saying. I don't care.
Yeah, man.
Like, if you know what I can do, it's just like, I don't know.
Don't watch it.
Yeah, like Big Dom's around. He's always going to be around. I like Big Dom. He's a Philadelphian.
I like Big Dom, too.
Yeah, he wants to be on the sideline and do all this stuff. Absolutely. Dude, Big Dom never stops working.
Yeah, and he's damn good at his job,
Yeah, I'm fine with Big Dom. He can be a big star. He can do whatever. It doesn't bother me. Well, honestly, Kelsey, to me, I'm more Kelsey'd out than Big Dom out. I have Big Dom. I have no issue at all. But like Kelsey, there's a lot of Kelsey out there. I like him.
He's going to be in the booth. Watch that.
And I like Kelsey, but there's a lot out there with Kelsey. All right, News at Noon with Ray. What do we got? News at Noon with Ray Dunn. Stories that you don't need.
Yeah.
News at Noon with Ray Dunn. It's better than listening to Creed.
Yeah. New one coming Monday.
Sean Brace.
My first one.
Looking forward to it. As for today's News at Noon, this one also kind of goes your way, Brace, for the first two stories we got. And then the last one's just especially for you, John. We'll start with the PGA Championship. We're taking you to the Mink. Scotty Scheffler yesterday trying to finish up a hole, and Philadelphia fans know the guy is a Cowboys fan, Texas native, and they let him know.
Yeah, let's suck, Scotty! We're going to smash you on Thanksgiving! Go Birds!
So they get him with the Dallas sucks. They get him with a smash at Thanksgiving. The Go Birds doesn't seem like it made it to him. If you watch the video, he does turn and acknowledge them and smiles at them. It's like, yeah, I heard the truth.
So that was an actual round. That wasn't a practice round they were doing that to him.
Right.
Was it?
No, yeah.
That's a real round yesterday.
So do they allow that kind of behavior?
Yeah, post shot, right?
Okay.
Because the mashed potatoes, Baba Booey, hit him in the, all that nonsense. So
Hit him with the hind?
yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, but Scotty was awesome yesterday. Off to a sluggish start right here, right now. Now, it's something that you have to, I think when it comes to the wagering perspective, I really do believe, dude, him and Jordan Spieth are going to hear that all round long here in Philadelphia. You got to put that into the equation. Now, Scotty is the best player in the world, but still pretty funny stuff there. Yeah, letting them know.
Brace,
Letting them know.
The winner yesterday of the course, is that the case?
Dude, I saw a stat today, real quick, John, and you'll like this because it was so difficult. How hard are the aerodynamic greens? There were 127 three putts in yesterday's opening round. There were 190 total three putts at Augusta this year. So the greens are difficult, and that's the ultimate equalizer when you're talking about these guys. They're that good.
I mean, I was saying the same thing earlier.
A
lot of people in town.
Oh yeah,
A lot of people.
I'm trying to get out.
It's a mess. I wasn't over in that area, but I was close enough to where I was like, oh, all right, the roads are closed and things like that. So.
Scott Van Pelt stumbling around Conchi,
I mean, listen, what else do you need?
If I ran into SVP, you kidding me?
Oh my God,
I'd tackle him.
Oh, he would be so annoyed by the end of the
Oh, he'd
conversation.
fight me. He'd probably kill me. But I mean, I'd be like,
Sean would come in and be like, I think I can get him on the show. I'm going to DM him. Lock. No, and it's good. And it's good because you should do that.
I love it.
Funny you mentioned Scott Van Pelt. He shows up in this next video.
How about that?
No way.
Brendan Quinn of The Athletic going around doing exactly what I asked of Eagles social media earlier this week, trying to get Eagles players to pronounce Schuylkill, Balakinwood. It was like, honestly, that he was tuned in because he did it to the golfers and Scott Van Pelt. Here is how the Philadelphia pronunciation went.
How would you pronounce that?
Schuylkill. Schuylkill. Schuylkill? Schuylkill?
Schuylkill.
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 Yeah, there's an
You were there.
SCH.
You were
That's
there.
like
I'm surprised there wasn't a C in there.
Oh, that's Conshohocken, not Conshohocken.
oh, I know this one. Conshohocken.
Conshohocken.
Conshohocken. Give me some help. Balakinwood, yeah.
Oh.
Like a toilet.
That's literally where I grew up. Balakinwood. You got it.
I'm not saying that.
How about that?
So Balakinwood seemed like the easiest one for them.
Yeah.
Schuylkill, difficult. And Conshohocken, the only guy that got it wrong is the guy that talks for a living. Scott Van Pelt.
That's hysterical. Yeah, Conchi's easy. Concho, Hocken, right? But Balakinwood, you could get Kinwad easily.
Yeah, that's not so easy.
No.
Agreed.
Nice work.
Is that the toughest one? Balakinwood?
No, Schuylkill.
Schuylkill.
Schuylkill?
Yeah.
All right. They're both tough.
Yeah.
Both difficult. All right, last one for you. Because I want to bring this back to, we used to do a feature on this program called Waymo Wednesday, where we would go to a news story of a Waymo that's causing problems. And my algorithm has not relented on this one. The Waymos are taking over an Atlanta neighborhood. They're getting trapped in a cul-de-sac to the point where it's not one, it's not two. No, I can't count to the number of cars that are stuck there. We'll take you down to the local news in Atlanta trying to break down what's happening with the Waymos.
Video here captured several of the self-driving cars just clogging up a neighborhood cul-de-sac. The people living in the Northwest Atlanta neighborhood say dozens end up circling their community. Channel 2 Steve Gelbach is on one street where they want the Waymos to stop.
It's almost every little cul-de-sac around our area, so I think it's a real problem.
Waymo after Waymo after Waymo enter this dead-end street, usually early in the morning.
I think yesterday morning we had 50 cars that came through between 6 and 7.
Neighbors on Battleview Drive started seeing the autonomous driverless cars 2 months ago, but the groupings and large number of Waymos just started circling in and out in the last couple weeks. They even shared video with us when neighbors used this little guy.
They're trying to do the traditional, put the chair there, block where the car would go.
But it won't, right.
Yeah, Waymo doesn't quite understand that.
To put him right out here in the street to block the Waymos from getting into the cul-de-sac, and you can imagine what happened next.
And we had at one point 8 Waymos that were stuck trying to figure out how to turn around.
What was? Yeah, it's ridiculous. What was the horror movie when the Mack trucks all got taken over? Maximum Overdrive. That's what it was. 1986. Come on, you don't remember that?
No. Well, you say the name now. I know the name.
Oh yeah, look at me. I'm knocking.
So
stuff
that's
off.
Waymo.
Like literally, it's giving me the vibe of man. We could be staring at being taken over by the cars.
If that was my cul-de-sac, I would have an axe down at wherever the closest headquarters to Waymo was. You'd see me in front of them.
So why are they showing up there? Are people doing it on purpose? Obviously,
No, I think there's some type of glitch in the GPS,
Yeah,
right?
They don't know what to do. They just keep circling the block.
It's not the Waymo's fault. Don't blame the Waymo, right?
I'm blaming the Waymo.
It's not the car's fault.
It's
Don't get
certainly
mad
the
at the
car's
car.
fault.
It's not. It's not. It doesn't know any better.
Well, then don't put the car out there.
No, it's whoever programs Waymo. The owners of Waymo. It's their fault. Don't blame the car.
Yeah.
Let's blame Waymo. The entire thing. Get them off the road.
No, it's like if you go kick a dog that's barking at you in the backyard because the owner never brings it inside, and you go and try to hurt the dog. Don't do that. Don't blame the dog. Blame the owner. Needs to be trained.
The dog's cute. The Waymo's a killer.
No,
the Waymo is a killer.
Yeah.
He is a killer.
Well, you can take a Waymo. That's what our bet is going to be. You have to take a Waymo to work as opposed to
I'll
walking
die.
to work.
How about my mom was watching Lane, and I would show up once in a while, and like a couple months ago, and she's like, "How was Lane?" She'd be like, "He's a killer." That's what she said one time. The other week, she said, He's full of piss and vinegar.
Right. In other words,
Like, what is going on?
I'm going to go home and go to sleep.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so real fast, and we'll get in the Ray here. So Miles Turner, the Bucks center, he was on Ray. I'm surprised you missed this because typically you listen to it. The Brianna Stewart podcast.
Ooh.
Game Recognized Game, right? So, they're asking him what went wrong. Miles Turner said that Doc Rivers never fined anybody, ever. And he singled out Giannis for taking advantage of the situation, saying that he would show up whenever he wanted to. Quote, guys were late all the time. Guys were showing up to film whenever they wanted to show up. Guys were missing meetings. It was one of the craziest things I personally ever experienced.
So here we go again.
They asked him who was most likely to be late, and Miles Turner said that's an easy answer. Quote, Giannis. Giannis is going to show up whenever he wants, really. I think that it just kind of came with the territory and once I saw it was going down, I was like, hey, man, bleep, more power to you. They ain't going to do anything. They ain't going to fine you. Do what you do. It was crazy, dog. Guys were an hour late to the plane. It got to the point where I knew not to show up on time. I knew not to show up until an hour after they said the plane was taking off. It was crazy.
Hopefully he doesn't run it back or, take the words back. Hopefully he stands by it. Miles Turner's a guy that was just traded to the Bucks, if I'm not mistaken, right? Or did he sign?
That was a free agent.
Free agent signed? That's right.
He betrayed the Pacers.
Turner went on to say, any other team I've been on, guys got fined, and there was a sense of order and a sense of understanding. So, yeah, you were late to the plane, fine. You're late to treatment, you get fined. You're late to film, fine. But I personally did not experience that last year for the first time in my career.
Wow. He played, that's 11 years total in the NBA, too.
Gee, I wonder why the Bucks were so bad under Doc Rivers. And again with Giannis, he's a champion. Man, you cannot have your best player doing that. You can't showing up whenever he wants to. Man.
I agree. And that's what I think is something that's happening here in Philadelphia. Just a hunch.
Pretty clear.
I'll tell you what, more and more, I am a pro NBA guy, and I know that they have a bullseye on their back for a lot of mouth breathers out there. But some of these things, man, that you hear from the NBA, and it just takes you back a little bit, man. They got a great, great league making lots of money. And not everybody, I get it, but there is plenty of money to go around. And you got this nonsense happening, people showing up whenever they want. They're sitting, load management.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
Take a look in the mirror, man.
All right, couple things, and then we have Ray. Jason Kelsey, Big Dom, my buddy Duddy Construction says, Kelsey has earned his fame. Big Dom has not.
Well, again, the thing about Big Dom is we don't know what he does, and that's a good thing. Trust me. There are Big Dom is earning his check.
He's Winston Wolf on steroids.
Yeah, Big Dom is earning his check. He knows a thing or two about a thing or two.
We've been sitting here speculating about the quarterback and the wide receiver for how long? And we have no real good answer to the point where we've got an entire part of the fan base that denies it.
No, but in all seriousness, what is he doing? The stuff we're talking about, we're kind of laughing about. But there's also when A.J. Brown's mad, he's going out with the owner of the team, and he's brokering the conversation with the owner of the team. So he's very involved. Who's keeping A.J. from not freaking out and talking to the media, right? We don't know exactly what he does. He does a lot.
Yeah, he does.
He does a lot that's just not security.
No doubt about it. There's plenty. Look, the first phone call goes to him.
I did the Brandon Graham show for 7 years.
Yeah.
At every one of those Brandon Graham shows, Big Dom was there. Everyone.
I believe it.
At all the player shows that I've been to, Big Dom's sitting there eating dinner.
He lives at the NovaCare complex or whatever they call it now.
Yep.
Again, the first phone call, let's just say trouble in the air, right? The first phone call goes to him, and he handles it time and time again.
Think about the number of times Cooper DeJean's made it home safely from Princeton.
Yeah, you notice they're together a lot? You think that's not that by design?
Cooper DeJean was at every single Flyers playoff game and made it home every single time.
You're damn right.
Not taking away, Mo, probably.
Not taking away, Mo.
There you go.
No, no way, Mo.
All right, so Ray, yesterday towards the end of the show, Shawn just happens to mention about you doing some play-by-play. And I'm like, who's he doing play-by-play for? And Shawn's like, oh, the Union. I'm like, what do you mean? He's doing the game this weekend for the Union on 97.5 The Fanatic. That's a big deal.
Hey, Ray.
It is. Yeah.
I know. Well, why are we just learning about this 24 hours before the game, 48 hours before the game? What's going on?
I mean, you look at this week. We had Morey get dismissed. We're in the midst of talking about the Eagles' schedule. I understand when we talk about me, you want to be invested in me, but I don't necessarily think I'm more important than the NFL.
No, you're not.
come
But there's 5 minutes to talk about it. I'm not telling you that.
There's 5 minutes on Friday to talk about it.
There's breaking news as Bob Myers is going to be. But hang on a second, we'll get to that, Shawn, because Ray is doing play-by-play for the Philadelphia Union on Saturday.
But just think about it from my perspective. Every single day on the show sheet. Oh, by the way, guys, guess what I'm doing Saturday? Guess what I'm doing Saturday?
All right, shut up.
No.
You're holding out, Shawn seems to think that you're holding out for your personal brand,
I think
other
so
things
too. Yeah.
that you're not sharing with the show. I was accused by that when I was a producer, and I won't mention by who, but I was accused of holding out and doing stuff for myself. I don't believe that.
You know?
I don't think I'll do what for myself.
Well, like bits or
Ring it, man. Ring It's a strong bid online, and for some odd reason, I continue to beg. Schwarber went yard yesterday. Who did he pass?
Dick Allen.
That Dick Allen conversation. You don't want to talk about Dick Allen today? I want to talk about Dick. I mean, let's go here. All right?
I know you're a big fan of Dick. So
yeah,
that's why
like
you would wanna talk
Dick
about it.
Allen was a hell of a player. I want to talk
sure
about
was.
Dick Allen. Ring it.
Yeah, okay, we could talk about incorporating that into the show. I don't know what necessarily the idea of incorporating into the show.
So-
You want to throw it to me for the 10 seconds that passed Dick Allen?
Tomorrow, you're on the call. Philadelphia Union against who?
Columbus Crew.
Columbus Crew. What time is the game?
7:30.
And so it's tomorrow night. You can hear it on 97.5 The
Correct.
Fanatic.
Major.
As Ray said.
How about that?
Now, the last time I heard your soccer play-by-play, I'm assuming that I know you're going to be great. I'm saying the last time we heard your soccer play-by-play.
Well, that's also why I don't bring it up with the show. I like a separation of church and state.
I know.
I very much appreciate the separation of church and state because you're not listening to the play-by-play. There's a part of you that hopes it goes well, but there's a stronger part of you that hopes you have something to rip.
No. What was the game that we played?
It was Temple someone.
Temple University of
Someone in
San
the
Antonio and whatever. It was
Might have been
Ray,
ECU. Yeah.
Ray does ESPN Plus play-by-play, not only for Temple basketball.
He does it all.
So Ray is the voice of the Temple Lady Owls on radio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He also does TV with Mark Jackson and Fran Duffy for ESPN Plus. So you'll do the men's games on TV on the app. Right? And then you do other stuff with Temple. You were doing a game on ESPN Plus for the women's soccer team against some American conference.
team, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you do it, you're not at the stadium. You're in some room.
He's in a broom closet,
You're in a
which is really difficult. Yeah, good.
Do we have it? Do we have your
Of course, yeah. No. This is why I wanted to do this the day before I call an MLS game. I wanted to do this segment.
As this one does make its way into the box. Here comes Keeley trying to crash in and get there. Now Craven putting this one in on the box, and this one finding the back of the net. How about that for the 49ers to start the second half?
Hey, Ray.
Let's go. What was wrong with that call? I thought the call was fine. Dude, you're calling that from a broom closet? Really? Come on, man. That's tough.
No, it was good.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
How about
6
that?
months later, it's good. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
come
how I remember
on.
that segment.
But here's the thing, right? Tomorrow night, because you're in front, you're at the Subaru Park.
That's correct.
You're calling an MLS game. It's going to be a lot easier to have, like for example, on Friday. Last Friday, we were at the PGA Championship merchandise store or whatever. I didn't think the show was very good. I didn't think I was very good. Because I'm in this big freaking store where the minute I raise my voice, everybody stares at me. And they're all golfers that look at me and like, who's this idiot, right? So I wanted to do a Sixers-Knicks, the game's tonight, let's go. It's hard to do when you're out on a 50,000 square foot warehouse to do that show. If we were in here, the show would have sounded a lot different. Just like if you were there and it's a big game, you're going to sound a lot different. So I have full confidence that you're going to knock it out of the park and nail it.
Hey, Ray.
And we better get some new drops.
How about that?
All right, so that's where okay, thank you. Good segue. We have to get a how about that? You got to give us one, please,
See,
Ray.
but you guys have made this my thing.
No, but
it's not
it
really.
should
It's just a
be.
select October game from ESPN Plus that you guys decided this is his signature phrase.
But I'm asking for
You
one
said it.
tomorrow in this game. Come on, man. They got
For the
6
show,
points.
do it for the listeners,
Yeah,
not
do it
us.
for the listeners. Do it for the station.
How
Your
about
fans,
that?
Ray. One time, we're talking about a Philadelphia Union team that is struggling to say the least. Okay,
Ray could save the season.
You could turn it all around with just one. How about that? How about that? Just one.
Why is he so nervous?
I'm not nervous.
But people do this
Hey, Ray.
routinely. Where like Jim Jackson does it for President Steve for years.
Come on, just give us one.
You can't give us a how about that?
One time.
I mean, it's a long game. I'm sure I'm going to work out back out in there.
All right. Because if he says he forgot,
No, he won't.
all right.
He'll deliver.
Okay.
When are you going to say it?
I don't know, but I'm
I'm
really
listening.
not trying to work it into a goal call for you guys.
Well, look, the goal call, I get it. That's being a little.
So what typically is your what is your goal call?
Yeah, what's the goal call?
I haven't done enough MLS games where I've got like some sort of signature thing you tie me back to.
For some reason, you're mad at me. I didn't say.
How about that?
You said that.
No, you just decided, hey, we're going to play all your calls for you.
That's great.
Nate, go back there, get me a mashup.
Oh, what do you think we're doing Monday?
I'm aware.
Okay.
I know what comes with this.
Hey,
Yeah,
look.
but this is the union.
Yeah,
This is awesome.
A lot of people are tuning in. I'm listening.
Yeah, I appreciate it. No,
Yep.
I'm excited. I mean, this is game 4 with them, so
Oh,
I've
nice.
gotten
And
a
you're-
chance to work with Seba a couple of times. I'm looking forward to working with
You're
him
working
again.
with Sebastian Letou,
Yeah. So, yeah.
who we
Love
did
Seba.
we did stuff with him before
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Seba's the man.
Yeah.
Good people up there.
Yeah, no, great people. I love
I mean, you got big shoes to fill for Dave Leno.
Oh, I know. That's the thing. And I hear
Dave's-
the Dave promos, and I was listening back to Dave's game from Wednesday night. I'm like, yeah, man. He's
Are
just
you
incredible.
nervous
He's
about
great.
doing it?
No, I mean, I'm doing it. Like that, like the
So
first time I was nervous.
you don't really get nervous. You just do
Yeah,
it.
now it's just like I honestly just want the game to start.
It's old hat,
Wow, that's awesome though.
Good job, Ray.
Yeah,
We're pulling for you.
we're proud of you, Ray.
Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate it. Thanks.
Ish and Levittown's also proud of you.
I
sure.
can't wait. Can't wait to hear
Everybody.
what he's got to say coming up next.
610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. We've given you the opportunity. We heard Bob Myers talk about the exit interviews. Bob Myers is now asking you. This can be on the phone line, 610-632-0975. The text line, send the voice text on the Davis Honda text line. Bob Myers pulls you aside and says, hey, what's going on with the Sixers? What do you think? What are you saying to Bob Myers? 610-632-0975. We do our exit interviews coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Hearing from Bob Myers and Josh Harris, I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The big press conference yesterday for the 76ers following the dismissal of Daryl Morey. We got a chance to hear from President of Sports for Harris Blitzer Sports Entertainment, Bob Myers, and Sixers owner Josh Harris about a number of different things, hoping to have someone in place by the time we get to the draft for that president of basketball operations. Also, how some of the operations will work under Bob Myers. But the big question, Joel Embiid, Paul George, will they be here?
If I had the answer to that question, I'd actually just do it. I don't know if I need to tell you. I just do it. Or I look forward to partnering with leadership to get that answer. But you're asking the right question. But that's a question I think everybody's asking, right?
So we'll continue to ask that question throughout this offseason. The NFL schedule came out last night. Eagles, Commanders, September 13th, the opener for the Birds. 5 primetime games. We spoke to Dave Zangaro of NBC Sports Philadelphia earlier on in the show. We're going to talk to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler coming up at 1 o'clock. The Phillies won 3-1 over the Red Sox last night. They head to Pittsburgh for a series this weekend. This update's also brought to you by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Victims of drunk and drug driving. Your grief is unique. You're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call 24 Victim Hotline 877-MAD-HELP. Visit MAD.org. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Weathers, enough of this. Give me some real yacht rock. We've gotten too far away from the yacht rock.
Yeah, we're kind of now we're in the. This is Bill Withers though,
but it's not the one I want.
All right, so what we will do is we will come up with the playlist moving forward, Ray, where we will mix in the original songs when they're upbeat, but the other songs that might be lacking a little upbeatness, that's when we mix in a little.
Yeah, like Bill Withers, you could just play the whole song underneath.
Yeah.
And I'd be fine. Yeah. All right, there you go. Thank you. All right, so we're doing exit interviews now. All right.
Hey, Ray.
So, Shawn.
Yes.
I'm going to play Bob Myers. Shawn.
Hi, Bob.
Come here for a second.
Yep.
What do you think? Where you at?
Well, Bob, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to get some things off my chest that were bothering me about the 2025-26 76ers. I appreciate that. All right, Bob, if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to come at you like a machine gun. Is that all right?
Go.
Okay, here we go. Number one, Bob, we got to have a culture audit. I've had enough, all right, Bob, of the what ifs with this team. What if Joel was healthy? What if they had more time together? What if this roster fit better? What if next year is different? Enough already, Bob. You cannot tell me that this is Tyrese Maxey's team when every move, every roster decision, every ounce of pressure, Bob, revolves around Joel Embiid's health. It's not leadership. That's dependency. This team lacks leadership, availability, and trust, Bob. That's number one. All right? Do I have your attention, Bob? Okay. Let's keep it moving. And you know what, Bob? Tell Josh this, too, as well. Number two, I'm worried about our fans, Bob. Sixers fans need basketball therapy at this point in time. I mean, honestly, we suffer from trust issues. Healthy playoff runs feel fake. Rooting for Joel Embiid, come on. It's just gambling with my emotions year after year after year. Again, can they survive maybe this year? I got anxiety, Bob. I'm taking a daily pill because of this team. I don't know what broke me either. Was it the Kawhi bounce, the Simmons saga? Markelle Fultz, I was watching a video of him bricking a free throw. Are you kidding me? Yeah, we went through all of that. Whatever it is, Bob, I'm exhausted. And finally, let's get to it. The big, gigantic pink elephant in the room. Every single year follows the same exact script. Embiid gets hurt, team spirals, pressure builds, everybody talks themselves back into it, repeat. That's it. That's the cycle, Bob. I can't do it anymore. So if you're asking me what needs to change, I'm sorry, but we must say goodbye to the big man. Please, Bob, please. And with that, I will leave, and hopefully I'm still employed next year. Go Sixers.
Thanks, Bob. Or Shawn.
Thank you.
All right, who do we have? We have some voice memos for the exit interviews, Ray?
Was that a little strong for an exit interview?
I mean, like, I'm Bob Myers. I wasn't expecting that.
If you're Bob Myers, are you like looking at me as a guy that, you know what, in my foxhole guy, Bob?
No.
Damn.
No, but Bob wants more emotional intelligence.
Oh, okay.
Just some grunt.
Some a little strong. Yeah, a little
yelling and
strong.
screaming.
Okay.
But he would make you feel special.
All right. Well, Bob, could I get the PA announcer gig?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Bob.
Let me contact somebody about that. All right, who do we have first, Ray?
Karate Mark.
Oh, Karate Mark. Go ahead.
Karate Mark, Northeast Philadelphia. My question to the Sixers is 2 years from now when Maxey's contract is up, how do you convince him to stay in town when we don't got the money to spend on him? We don't got the assets to bring in to help him out and build a team around him. And you know somebody else in the East is going to have twice the amount to offer. Convince Maxey to stay in town. How do you do it?
Yeah, like seriously, it couldn't be further from my mind about convincing Maxey to stay. There's a financial incentive that convinces them to stay. That's a lot of money. So could it get so bad that he says, trade me or I'm going to leave? No, I don't think that it actually could. Because you didn't hire Brian Colangelo to run your franchise. You're hiring a guy that has a championship pedigree. It doesn't mean that they're going to build a championship. But I think that the dysfunction that's been plagued the 76ers for a while now, I believe that's over. Because if you think about it, Daryl Morey, for all it's silly that your boy Sean Bernard and other people are saying Daryl Morey's like a great GM, better than Bob Myers, whatever. This was Daryl Morey in Houston. James Harden had separate rules. You think in Houston, James Harden's missing practice so he can go to Vegas or he can go to strip clubs, or it's like, hey, we're going to give you guys the day off today because he's going separately to Vegas because we're on a road. Like, you think teammates appreciate that? Of course they don't. That's setting a bad culture.
Yep.
I think the culture already wasn't great here because of Joel Embiid, and they were scared to death of him. Daryl Morey coming in and being like, Joel, you're my guy. Like, that didn't help. That didn't help. The culture needs to be reestablished.
It needs an audit. Like I said, the culture audit starts today with Bob Myers, and it's the reality of where we're at. Like, Joel Embiid is a great talent on the floor, but obviously you can't win, as you said 100 times, the way that he proceeds throughout the course of the day-to-day. You can't win when that is your main focal point. And people want to tell us that Tyrese Maxey, this is his team. It's just not. It's Joel Embiid's team. Everything revolves around the big man.
Yep.
You're lying to yourself if you say different. You really are. I don't care if he plays 38 games. It's still Joel Embiid's team. Honestly, John, it does feel like there's a changing of the tide. Honestly, it does feel, and I got two people that DM me on Instagram, not that it really matters, but they were saying the same thing. Like, for the first time, it feels like now collectively Sixer fans are starting to sing the same tune where it's like, enough is enough. Like, we can't continue to do this with Joel Embiid. He's been an unbelievable warrior. I love Joel Embiid. I have a mural of the guy. It's time. It's time, Bob. It's time.
I said that you talked about a DM. I have Aiden who says, how do you have a job?
Oh, hi, Aiden.
From 1219. Why? Because of the what we're talking about with Ray?
Oh.
I don't know. That was last segment, right?
I don't think that's worth you losing your job.
No.
No, I don't think either. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Give us another Davis Honda text line voice memo.
Sam Ostra here in Center City. I don't know when positive Shawn became negative Nelly, but the Sixers finally have what the Eagles have, and that's a credible, trustworthy face of the organization in Bob Myers, and the Eagles have it with Howie Roseman, and it's why we trust them. We know they're going to get great talent and produce a winning culture, and for the first time I can ever remember, the Sixers have that in a winner in Bob Myers, who culture is such a buzzword, but he is good at creating that. He is a relationship guy, and I trust him wholeheartedly. And he knows that he's got to get Joel Embiid off this team as soon as possible at whatever cost necessary. Mission will be accomplished soon.
See, I don't believe that last part.
Ooh.
I don't know if I believe that last part. To be determined, Ray? I'm not going he's getting rid of him. He has to give up first-round draft picks. I mean, he may end up being able to trade him. I don't know if he's willing to do whatever to get rid of him.
Ooh, I left yesterday, not doing whatever, but I left yesterday feeling a lot more uncertain about Embiid than I did before.
Same.
All right, better chance he gets traded or he doesn't?
That's the way to phrase it.
Better chance he doesn't. But I think there's I was probably like a 30-70. I'm like a 55-45.
So is that just because you won't be able to trade him? I mean, I may be totally off, but I think that he, compared to keeping a couple crappy players, it's worth a shot for a bad franchise to give him a shot. I could be totally wrong, and if that's the case, they're screwed because he's under contract for 3 years, making a ton of money.
Yeah, but then you go ahead and get rid of 1 year, then it's a little easier to move.
Agreed,
so
and then
so
last year it's a salary dump.
My eyes opened up big time when Bob Cooney and I asked him, what if Joel Embiid was a free agent this year? What would he fetch? A prove-it 1 year deal? That's what is being viewed right now?
But there's no proving it. Because the only thing that's proof is that he's not going to be healthy.
My point is, okay, if that's what he's viewed in the league as, okay, if he was a free agent,
it's a 1 or a 2 year deal.
And now we have the 3 year deal where it's 192. Yeah, I come away yesterday agreeing with Ray, but man, it's going to be tough to move him. Just the reality of the situation.
I don't know. We'll see.
But then you said earlier about putting your arm around him. That spoke to me.
Yeah,
I love Joel.
That's if you say, you know what, not a whole lot of interest out there. So then you have to make sure that now you're building your relationship with Joel Embiid, because you already know that he ain't operating the way he used to. That now times have changed. There's no showing up late. I mean, he talked about. We'll play it on the other side. Jeremy Fowler is also going to join us coming up at 1 o'clock.
Nice.
But he specifically talked about Joel Embiid and how he has to be ready for camp. He was not doing the injury thing yesterday with the team or with Joel Embiid at all. We have that coming up next. Jeremy Fowler, 1 o'clock. He spoke to executives around the league about Jalen Hurts' future with the Eagles. This is interesting. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now, a Fanatic
Bob Myers spoke yesterday. You heard it. I was listening. A lot of people were watching.
Yeah.
What's this?
Frankie Beverly. Look, I sent a couple hits to him, man.
I know
I did.
It's totally derailed the Yacht Rock Friday.
It's not the Yacht Rock vibe. We'll work on that playlist. Ray's got a lot of things to do this weekend.
He sure does.
I'll knock it out.
And we have your goal from. So I didn't know you did so many Union games before. So you've done more than a handful before. 3 games.
Yeah, this will be my 4th.
Can we have you have a really? I'm told we have a good call from you for one of the Union games in the folder for today.
Doop, 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 doop. Are they still playing that, right? You know, they get duped up there? We still duping?
Yes, Negative Nate will be at the game.
Nice.
On Saturday.
I was asking when I was going to get down there.
Yep, so he's going to let us know for all the good calls. Do you remember when this game was, Ray?
It was this weekend 2 years ago because it's when Dave can.
Same thing.
Because he's doing he has other obligations. All right, go ahead.
Union trying to corral this one. It's headed back, and the Union for a second able to pass it to the right. It's going to go back to McGlynn. McGlynn with it. Outside, going to pass it away now. An opportunity arising. Harriel in front. Ua firing away, and he finds the back of the net. Mikael Ua puts the Union up 1-0 as they're able to convert and finally take the early lead here at Subaru Park. Cue the dupes.
Look at you.
Yeah. Let's go.
Hey, Ray.
That was a good call.
Yeah, man. Like you close your eyes and you allow him to paint that picture.
And then this time it's going to be, how about that?
How about that?
Now, if they don't score a goal, how will you do how about that?
I got to work it in at some point.
Yeah. You got a long game.
Yeah. I mean, someone takes someone down with the tackle, sets up an important set piece.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll work it in. I got 90 minutes. Stoppage time. Now, it'll be funny if I don't get to it till stoppage time, and it's the most random.
How about that?
Of all time.
Yeah, we don't want you to get in trouble for having to do it.
I mean,
I
think
love.
Yeah.
The Union got nothing but love for
All
us
right, 7 o'clock, I'm sure the coverage starts.
7:30.
7:30.
Yeah.
97.5 The Fanatic. Ray Dunn and Sebastian Latou on the call.
You got a spotter up there?
I got me
Okay.
at 7. Yeah, Marty Dickerson's up there with us. All right, there's help up there.
Nice
but
one.
Ray's
Steph's
got
a
good
great
eyesight.
spotter.
He's good.
I'd be there if you needed me.
Could I quick one aside with working with Sebastian?
Yep.
One of the funny things about working with him, the first time, like getting down the French accent from him was incredible. He could have told me to go jump off the Commodore Barry. I would have been like, great point, Sebastian.
You wouldn't have known. No.
Now I understand it a lot better, but it was like the first time I was like, oh, he's got a thick accent.
Yeah.
And he would have to be considered for the handsome man.
Oh, yeah.
Philadelphia sports athletes.
That was the man.
personalities. Yeah.
I also got to drive him down the shore for Labor Day last year.
Really?
Because he was like, yeah, my father-in-law is going to come take me from the airport. I was like, that's ridiculous. We're both going to Wildwood. So he got to go in the
You
O2
drove him
Avalon.
down. Look at you.
That's
I was
hysterical.
like, Sebastian, this might be the worst car you've ever stepped into. But
What'd you guys listen to? Did you listen to music?
I think it was just a lot of like random. We had a really like
He's a
lot
good
of random
dude.
life talk.
It wasn't awkward.
No, he's awesome. He's the man.
Seb is
Well, I mean, I didn't say he was awkward.
Oh, I've had a great time hanging out. You could ask him.
I'm just kidding with you, Ray. All right, Bob Myers is not awkward. All right, that'd be a hell of a conversation with Bob Myers. So he really dished, right? Like I think after listening to it initially, I got more when I went back and I listened to some cuts, right? What are we playing here, Ray?
Him talking to John Clark.
This is him talking to John Clark after the press conference on a one-on-one. Listen.
You know what I liked? I liked, John, what Joel said after. He said, I got to be healthy. He took accountability for his health because we can talk about it all we want and what we're going to do, but he's got to commit to it. And it sounds like he's willing to commit to it, go into the offseason and come in healthy, not coming off a procedure, not blaming him, but not coming off some incident where he wasn't ready for camp, but being ready for camp, because to build a great team, you got to be ready from the get-go. And his commitment to that and what he said is probably the most important thing, because you're right. When he's available, we're a very different team. But that's a commitment from us. It's also a commitment from Joel.
Love it. Yeah, put it on him. Because you're right. Everybody just says, oh, well, it's the injuries. That's not his fault. Does Bob Myers saying it's not his fault? No, he said it's on him. Which is the first time I've heard anybody even suggest that with Joel Embiid, that he helps control how injured he is. Coming into camp uninjured. Like he had said that, making sure that you don't do anything to your body in the offseason, regardless, like if you're working out or not.
Well, there were so many things that were inexcusable to, the average fan. Like, dude, what do you mean you're ramping up? The season just started last week. What do you mean we're ramping up? Like,
Man, he knows what's going on.
You play 82 games. Like, be ready to go. What are we doing here? And look, I would be curious to know what he is really talking about when it comes to Daryl Morey and the Sixers organization as a whole was all about get it to the playoffs healthy. The regular season doesn't matter. Get to the playoffs healthy. Well, guess what? Bob is kind of coming off as, you know what? Regular season does matter. And good. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear as a fan. Because it does. You can't just hope and pray and get to April and we're going to put it together, especially when they're playing back-to-backs or, every other night.
But I also think it's setting the culture. The expectation is you're going to do what you need to do to come into camp. You're not going to come in out of shape. You're not going to come in on your own program. And that's on Joel. And he gives him credit and be like, it's so important that he said that. Yeah, all right. Is he really taking accountability? We're going to find out.
Yep.
Because things are going to have to change or he's not going to be here if he is here anyway. So, I don't know.
I love it. There's a new sheriff in town, John.
Damn right there is. Damn right there is. All right, are we going to do wins and losses with Jeremy Fowler? Probably not. Probably not, right? But there's still, and honestly, he came out with something that said that Jalen Hurts, Jalen Hurts, and I talked to executives around the league, and if he doesn't have a good 2026, then he could be out of here. I think we know that. Are we aware of that? Jalen Hurts, if he does not pick up this offense and he does not have a good year, yes, the Eagles may look at it and say, you know what? We need to get a new quarterback. That may not happen. I'm not saying I expect that to happen, but yeah, this is a huge year for Jalen Hurts. A huge year. Do you expect them to start off slow or start off fast?
Fast. Hit the ground running.
You think they come out and our reaction is, wow, this is what a modern NFL offense is?
Well, I just meant from the team perspective. I think that they put it together and they get a couple wins to open up the season. The offense, yeah, why not? Why not? You got Saquon, you got Devontae.
I'm not talking about the team. I'm talking about the offense and Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I think they hit the ground running. But again, what do we know about the NFL? They don't play preseason. Preseason's September. So we also have to keep that in perspective.
And Ray, I don't know if you know this, it's almost June 1st.
Oh, it's almost June 1st. I'm aware. Save the date.
It's only a couple weeks. We've been waiting for this for how long?
It happens June 2nd.
So what does Jeremy Fowler believe that the Eagles are getting in return for A.J. Brown? That is coming up next as well. It's Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Where do the Sixers go from here? I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Yesterday, Bob Myers, Josh Harris meeting with the media following the dismissal of Daryl Morey earlier this week as president of basketball operations. Josh Harris and Bob Myers both given an idea, a little bit of what the operations look like right now, the timeline for finding a new president of basketball operations, hopefully before the draft. And, of course, the big question, what will they do with the big contracts of Joel Embiid and Paul George?
If I had the answer to that question, I'd actually just do it. I don't know if I need to tell you. I just do it. Or I look forward to partnering with leadership to get that answer. But you're asking the right question. But that's a question I think everybody's asking, right?
So we'll continue to ask that question and figure out what exactly the Sixers offseason looks like. NFL schedule release was last night, September 13th. Commanders, Eagles, 5 primetime games for the Birds in their schedule. We're going to talk to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler about the Birds coming up next. Phillies won 3-1 last night over the Red Sox. Kyle Schwarber, his 7th home run in 7 games. They've got the Pirates this weekend out in Pittsburgh. This update is brought to you by AAA Tire and Auto Service. Save up to $75 on brake repair at AAA Tire and Auto Service. $25 off 1 axle replacement, $75 off 2. Terms apply. Ends May 30th. Visit AAA.com/mycar. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Didn't we have Jeremy Fowler on before a one-hit wonder Wednesday? Hey, because he went Vanilla Ice.
Oh, nice.
We asked him about a one-hit wonder.
It's always a strong pull.
Yeah. All right, we're back. Jeremy Fowler, ESPN, joins us coming up here in a second. NFL schedule release. A lot of Eagles fans, and I keep seeing a lot of this. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we should have paid more attention to it as a topic. They're playing on Christmas Eve. They're playing on Thanksgiving. And, like, for fans, and I think this is a lot of fans that like going to games, they don't like when their game life is affected because there's games around the holiday. Home game 8:15 on Christmas Eve is, like, could there be a worse time to have a game than Christmas Eve at 8 o'clock? I mean, for me, it's better because at least I can watch the game and then do what I got to do after that and wrap things up. That's not a great time to if you're going down to the game.
Point blank, it adds a little bit more at a time where we don't need more, right? And I'm not even talking about football. I'm just talking about life, presence, family.
A lot going
It's
on.
already a hectic time of year, and now we have to sit down to watch the Eagles because you can't miss it.
Nope.
And let alone trying to go to it.
Man, someone called the schedule wonky earlier.
It is.
I think everybody's schedule for the most part is wonky because there's so many international games. There's so many broadcast windows now. Jeremy Fowler, the senior NFL reporter for ESPN and ESPN.com, joins us right now. John Mark, Shawn Brace, Ray Dunn in Philly. Jeremy, thanks for a few.
Hey, anytime, guys. Thanks for having me.
I mean, someone called the schedule wonky, and, like, I get it, but when you're a team like the Eagles, that's a preeminent team right now in the NFL, you're going to have a ton of primetime games. You're going to have international games every year. You're going to be playing on Christmas Eve. It kind of comes with the territory with your success, right?
For sure. Philly's always going to be up there with the primetime games, and those are fun games to play. I know they can affect team prep, and I think in a perfect world, most teams would like a Sunday 1 p.m. game, you know. But the players get up for the night games, and the division they're in, especially with, I think the NFC East overall is going to be better. So you're seeing more of those games feature. I expect Dallas to be better, New York to be better. Washington gets Jaden Daniels back. If he's healthy, they should be better. And you know Philly's always going to be in contention. So the division itself, the NFC really as a whole, should be improved on a lot of levels. So because of that, you know, you get a lot of that primetime action. But I'm looking at Philly's schedule. You know, they got the stretch here, weeks 4 through 7, 4 straight home games, it looks like. Varying degrees of difficulty on those games, so that's interesting. And then late season, Seattle, Houston, San Fran, back-to-back-to-back weeks 15 through 17 is tough.
Yeah.
That is a tough sled right there.
When we already knew, because we knew obviously who they were playing away, who they were playing home, and their toughest games are at home. But like the Rams, another year against the Rams. So yeah, like I look at the schedule, Jeremy, and I'm like, yeah, they'll win 11 or 12 games. Some of that, you know, like what does Jalen Hurts look like in the new offense and injuries and things like that. But I think anybody, including yourself, that's an insider, looks at this team as being a legit contender in the NFC.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's certainly a few questions. If you're presuming that A.J. Brown is out, which I think most of us are, then, you know, you're losing a top 10 receiver, even though it didn't go so well last year. You do have to replace him, and it looks like Howie Roseman and the Eagles have been aggressive in trying to do so with Mekhi Lemon. You got some other pieces. You brought in several free agents, so you should be better. Made the trade for Dontavian Wicks. So, you know, at least have more diversity, I would say, in the passing game potentially. And, you know, the O-line should bounce back after last year. Was a bit of an aberration, I think, with the running game. They should be able to kind of get that going again. So if they do that, the defense can handle the rest, I feel like.
All right, Jeremy Fowler, ESPN. I just said it last segment. The June 1st day is finally here. We've talked about this June 1st for a couple months now. What are you expecting when this happens? Because I think everybody expects it now. When? What are the Eagles getting back? What's your best guess at what the compensation is going to be?
My best guess is that they probably already agreed to something loosely. They can always tweak that or rework it, but they're probably getting a 1, maybe a future 1, maybe it's a 2028. I don't think they'll get more than that. I think that would be the max at this point. I'd be surprised. Philly, once upon a time, hoped for a 1 and a 2. I just don't see them that happening. Maybe they can get creative and swap some mid to late round picks to sweeten it up. Or I haven't heard anything else as far as like if there's a veteran included. New England could part with one of their receivers, but I think Philly's pretty set there for the most part at that position. So they addressed a lot of their glaring needs, so they don't really need to include another player. What I think is interesting is there another team that gets involved here? I have not found one. It was rumored that the Chiefs once upon a time. I was told no. The Rams, we know, looked into it. I don't know if it got to a serious level, but it definitely was an inquiry, and that didn't go anywhere. Would the Rams get back involved? I don't know that they would. So if you can get other teams involved, perhaps Philadelphia can get more in a return. But right now, it looks like there's one team.
Yeah, we continue to see Jacksonville Jags pop up as far as the rumor mill is concerned, Jeremy. But I just assumed that this deal is already done and just waited for the dot the I's and the cross and the T's at this point in time. But I want to get a little bit in depth on this deal and just curious, like, how does this deal it hasn't been quiet, right? We've been talking about this forever, but like A.J. Brown's been very hush. Of course, Howie has answered it. Oh, A.J. Brown's an Eagle. The Patriots haven't said much. How is that possible in this day and age when everything is just amplified to the utmost degree?
Yeah, it's a little surprising, especially when you consider they got through the draft on this. Waiting until June 1st is a major risk, unless, like you said, they have an understanding that, hey, let's do this. But, I talked to multiple people with New England in the hours and days before the draft. They were adamant, because I asked, would you draft a receiver? Is that still on the table? Are you beholden to anything? They're like, look, we have no agreement. Nothing is binding. We could take a receiver in the first round if we want, and we have a group of players we really like in those first few rounds. Now, they ultimately didn't do it, so maybe that was their tell that they were always going to be A.J. Brown heavy regardless. But, there was nothing written between the two that they had to wait till June. It's just sort of a loose understanding, and that's a bit of a risk on Philly's part, but they certainly made that clear. They needed to do that, and they're saving the $27+ million in get dead cap. So, but I was fascinated in that part, things can still fall through. You don't have anything agreed to beyond what's really just a wink-wink deal.
Jeremy, we see the schedule, and then you look at the strength of schedule, and the Bears have the toughest schedule out there, at least to start the season. These things change once the season begins. But typically, there are teams that make the playoffs one year, and then maybe 40%, 45% don't make it the next year. A lot of chatter right now. Maybe the Bears are one of the teams. Good division, Lions, Packers, maybe an improved Vikings team with Kyler Murray. What do you see from the Bears and Ben Johnson this year?
Well, they have an established culture there, which is good. I mean, he came in year one and hit a home run. Now, that can be tough to create an encore sometimes. Occasionally you see a year two drop off a little bit, but I think the way he coaches, the way he's maximized the skill set of Caleb Williams, the way they're probably going to be tight end heavy with Colson Loveland, Cole Kmet, and then they drafted a blocker in the draft. So you can run those 2-3 tight end sets that are sort of the fad right now in the NFL. They have the weapons. The O-line should be pretty good. Defensively, they need a little more, but you don't have to play games till September. They could probably use an extra interior lineman, D lineman. So we'll see if they maybe somehow add there. But, I'm bullish on the Bears. It's just it's tough because you look at – we're talking about the schedule, right? And there's so much parity now. There are legitimately 20 to 22 teams that could win anywhere from 7 to 12 games, it feels like. It's so hard to – predict, where Minnesota was 9-8 last year, despite everything going wrong. I could see them being a little bit better. That division is tough, where all four teams could win it. Detroit was down. I don't expect Detroit to be down for very long. They're too talented. So, the Bears could be first in the division or fourth, and no scenario is really, far-fetched in that way. And really, the team that goes fourth in the division probably wins at least 9 games. So, it's just going to be that kind of year with a few of the strong divisions, especially that one.
Jeremy, I got a national question since we're talking a little national perspective, especially it was great. I turned on ESPN yesterday, and you guys are talking NFL, and I said to my wife, hey, football season's almost here, and she said, shut up. But, I respect that. I was curious your thoughts as far as the opener for the NFL season. Going back to the Super Bowl rematch, I know we've had that before. I think it was the Panthers and Broncos did it. I just don't know what we're going to see different unless it's A.J. Brown, but there's other things involved with that. Were you surprised that they're going to run this back as far as a Super Bowl rematch for the game one of the NFL season?
a little bit because it wasn't considered the juiciest Super Bowl as far as matchups or as far as markets, fan bases. And New England's a big one, certainly, and all the success they've had with Tom Brady. But, Seattle's probably not the splashiest, sexiest team when it comes to that. But you can't go wrong with that kind of matchup. I think it's a safe matchup. You could have got creative with some other ones, but I like the decision because, you're not just relying solely on, okay, who are the top quarterbacks and we have to play them in game one. Like typically that's Mahomes or one of those guys or Burrow or Stafford, where they're saying, hey, let's just get the teams that were the two best last year and feature them that way. So there's so much that goes into those decisions and how they calculate it with the rhyme or reasoning. But I like the matchup. And, Seattle's really interesting to me because they lost a lot of pieces despite winning the Super Bowl. I'm curious to see how they replenish those on a big stage. And then, you're hearing chatter about New England. Can they even make the playoffs this year? Like, are they going to have a down year all of a sudden? They've been pretty good, and they've made some improvements, so I don't expect a huge step back at this point.
Jeremy, thanks. Appreciate it.
Awesome stuff, Jeremy.
Enjoy. Talk to you.
Anytime, guys. Thank you.
There he is, Jeremy Fowler.
Will the Patriots have a head coach?
So, I mean, as long as nothing else happens anymore.
Yeah.
But, I mean, really, like he said, juiciest. Make no mistake about it.
You think they put that in there?
So, Seattle's getting the game regardless.
Okay.
I don't know what their schedule looks like. But is there another, like you could do San Francisco, but they don't like doing that first game of the year. All the eyes are going to be on New England and Mike Vrabel because of Rossini. It's it's a huge, huge story. I mean, honestly, if I say, hey, Seattle and the Patriots, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Yeah, no doubt.
Not Super Bowl rematch. It's Rossini and Vrabel.
Yes. Yeah, I can get there. There were 4 teams that it could have been. And forgive me, one was Arizona, so no. The other one was the Bears, and I thought it was going to be the Bears because I thought they would steer away from this. That's how I looked at it. Shame on me.
No, the NFL does not want to steer away from things.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. They don't.
Grief.
When Jerry Jones embraces not dysfunction, but the being in the news all the time and being a part of the story, like the NFL's the same way.
Yeah.
But remember, when the Ray Rice thing happened, it just seemed like there was a bunch of incidents. Aaron Hernandez was around that time. There was a bunch of incidents. And I remember someone doing an interview with somebody and saying, don't be naive. The NFL's in the headlines. It may not be good, but they're in the headlines and everybody's talking about it, as opposed to talking about the other sports. And that's when it really became a 12-month league, which was it never ends.
Yep, never ends. And, oh, by the way, man, it just continues to get bigger and bigger to the point that we're playing games the night before Thanksgiving. We're playing how many games across the world, global stages? Yeah, it just continues to grow. They're going to add 2 teams. It's insane right now how big the NFL is, and nothing is going to slow it down unless we, the consumer, go, you know what, man, the product isn't good, and I got other things going on. And I just...
But then you just don't watch. Like, for me, for example, I, for the most part, watch every NFL primetime game. If there's a game that I'm not necessarily all that interested in, I probably go to sleep at halftime. If, I'm not doing anything that I'm laying in bed, I'll just go to sleep. Are there games that I don't tune into at all? Yeah, there's nights where I'm busy and I'm working or I'm doing this or doing that to where I'm not tuning in. So I feel like that takes care of itself. When everybody complains that there's too much football, watch the amount of football you want to watch then.
Yeah, that's fair.
No one's making you watch it.
I'll tell you right now, and I swear to you, I never missed an NFL game, ever, until they started putting on the other networks. Once I got to go from, the channel to the streaming, I'm like,
But I hate that too. But what was the one year that they had all the bad games? Al Michaels was mad.
Oh, it was Amazon.
It was Amazon's first year.
It was Thursday Night Football.
Thursday Night Football the games were terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch a lot of those games. I don't care. I don't need to watch that.
Yeah, if you're doing it on a streaming service,
I hate the streaming service.
I'm just
because you can't go back and forth.
Yeah, but guess what? They replaced me with 5 other people.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, no. I mean, people are still watching.
Netflix, Thanksgiving Eve.
Netflix is going to be running.
Netflix may catch on fire on Thanksgiving Eve.
I'm just thinking, I might be sitting there at the bar, so the password is, or this isn't a smart TV. Never mind.
But that's the other thing, and I've caught that before too, where the bar's like, well, yeah, but it should be local on channel 6 or whatever.
But it's not a local game.
But that's not a local game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't watch it.
Jordan Love or Finding Love? Which one am I going with on Thanksgiving Eve?
I like that.
Also, could we do rejected promos for the opener at some point?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, right.
Mike Vrabel was so close to a ring in February. Little did he know he'd lose another in 2026.
Oh, wow.
Hello.
Good one,
Ray.
Ray.
Seahawks,
Nice
Patriots.
work.
Nice
work.
Couple things here with the NFL. Did you see Trevor Lawrence's new haircut?
Good-looking dude, man. Don't look into his eyes, like Barkley said.
Trevor Lawrence, a good-looking dude. I had the exact opposit.
Oh, he's
He's got good eyes, but he's got like a bony face.
yeah, he's very structured. He's almost like who am I trying to think of? Like Schwarzenegger? Is that what I'm trying to think? Oh no, Fabio. Like as if Fabio cut his hair.
Well, because he's a
How many
big.
people know who Fabio is these days? Like
Anybody that's 45 or over.
That's such a right. Do you know who Fabio is?
It looks like Trevor Lawrence.
There you go. There you go.
You don't.
Nice.
I wouldn't expect them to. Did you? So you didn't see this, right?
I just saw this for the first time.
What do you think of the haircut? Yeah, no, it's. I don't know if he can have a good haircut. I think he looks better with the long hair.
I think we just know him as a long hair guy.
But I think he can grow into the short hair. It's just the short hair. But that's also an awkward haircut. It's not tight.
Yeah, that is a very awkward haircut. I thought I saw
it's
something.
weird, man.
So much.
Yeah, I think because I don't know. Like I saw the haircut, I'm like, Jesus, like really? Like they did a video for the schedule release with Trevor Lawrence getting his haircut, and he used to have long hair. He cut it short, and it looks like almost like an emo type.
Yeah.
How do you describe the haircut?
It almost looks like
an Ashton Kutcher from.
That's
I don't
a really
know.
good way to describe it.
it almost looks like a
Yeah?
Karen cut.
It's weird, man. The cut's bad, but is that what younger guys are doing? Some younger guys are doing. I don't know. I'm an old dude. I don't know how you get your haircut.
We know who Fabio is.
So Fabio, Ray, Fabio used to be the guy that would be on the cover of the romance novels. And he became famous because he started doing commercials and things like that. But he had long blonde hair, well-built, tall, and his name was Fabio, and he became very famous and successful. So he would do the same pose. We had him in studio.
No.
Back when I worked with Meredith and Michael Bradley and Glenn Foley. And we had Fabio in studio, and he did with Meredith. He did the romance cover.
Oh yeah.
What do you even call it? Dip?
Yeah, the dip.
He did it,
I dip, you dip, we dip.
and I think Meredith's pits were. She was sweating through her shirt.
Great. That is great.
The picture got put out there, but yeah, Fabio was a nice guy too.
Remember he was on the butter commercials.
I can't
right?
believe it's not
yeah.
butter.
And then remember he was on the roller coaster and a bird smacked him in his beak.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he's bleeding. Look, we all get older. I'm looking at a 67-year-old Fabio right now, and yeah, man, we all get older.
Is he not looking good? Well, he's 67.
He's 67.
But he didn't grow old gracefully, or he looks like he's 50.
You see him, right?
With plastic surgery?
Yeah, like Fabio was like he was a model, man. He was well put together.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, that's what I dream about is having a physique and being tall like that.
I wonder if he still gets the ladies crazy. Fabio used to get the ladies crazy, Ray.
They would.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Who doesn't love romance novels?
So Trevor Lawrence.
Not
he get-
Fabio.
I
No,
was gonna say,
no, he does not.
We're
That's why
comparing
it's
him to Fabio.
He gave me the Fabio comparison, and I'm like, what is he talking about? Trevor Lawrence isn't even attractive. Fabio.
Trevor Lawrence isn't attractive?
No, he's not. Fabio is a hunk. Trevor Lawrence isn't a hunk. He may have a look. He may have a look because of the structure of his face.
Yes.
It's not
and the hair.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, he cut the hair, and I'm like, Jesus, that is not an attractive man.
I'm gonna put it on a poll. At Shawn_Brace. Am I out of my mind? Trevor Lawrence looks like Fabio with the long hair. I'll compare and contrast.
Okay.
I'll get back to you.
All right. Brian's calling from Philly. Brian, how are you, buddy? What's going on?
I'm great. Thank you guys for having me. I just, wanted to air my grievances that I can't believe Ray doesn't tell our loyal listeners when he's going to be calling games for our favorite soccer team.
I'm glad that I'm not alone on this.
Thank you, Brian.
Because if you're like, listen, we've been on the air long enough to where I feel like that we have an audience and it's growing, and I see people a lot now that I know are listening to the show or watching the show a lot. So like, what I don't think, like Ray, share with us what the group text said to you during the break.
Oh, what the group chat? Yeah, that they were upset that we found out about Ray calling a Union game and doesn't tell anyone. Found out on the radio.
Ray's lifelong friends didn't know that he was calling the game until we said it on the show. So I don't think it's personal with the show. But Ray, like, come on, man. We're interested in your life. We want to be able to listen to the game.
I lived through you, Ray.
Yeah, we all do.
It was going to come up today.
Right, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad, but like, I shouldn't be finding out via Shawn Brace tweet. It should be straight from the horse's mouth.
Right.
Yeah.
And when would you have expected to hear this? When it happened? How long ago did you find out you were doing this?
A couple weeks ago.
Okay, a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I think that's like important information for us. A couple weeks ago. I mean, hell, we've known you're going to the San Diego trip for months now.
Oh, yeah.
You know about that.
Hear about that
we
all
don't know about
day.
you doing
It's
play-by-play.
important to you guys. You got to plan out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday without me.
Brian, the reason he didn't want it because he knows what happens when he's doing the game. I'm going to play the women's soccer
How
game.
about that?
And he gets embarrassed by it. That's why. But anyway, I agree with you. And in the future, when you do have these things, like I can't hear, hey, I'm going to Thailand tomorrow for kickboxing, do play-by-play on kickboxing. You can't do that. You got to let us know when it happens.
Well, again, Thailand, I'd miss time here.
Right,
It
but-
would impact the show.
No, I know, but you know what I mean. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it.
Nice work.
It's not being fair to the audience. Not being fair.
We let
can't,
them know.
We can't get one day's notice that you're doing. No, it's a build-up. And then we can build things into your broadcast. Like, yeah, how about that? If we had more days, we could have more stunts we could do.
See, and that's the problem. It's the union game.
No, I'm not telling you to turn it into rock and jock softball.
Oh, that'd be a great idea.
All I'm saying is that like, you know, there's more stuff you can do. Like, by the way, the union should be saying, man, we got to get ready to do more games. We're talking about the friggin' broadcast right now on the show.
And it's the worst start in franchise history.
Right, and people are going to tune in. Just by us talking about it on the air and being fans of the show, we're going to be tuned in, and people that miss it are going to want to hear your highlights on Monday.
Go, Ray, go.
Yes. Use it to your advantage. Or like, what else you want to do? Maybe we can help you, Ray. What else are you looking to do play-by-play?
He needs a
wrestling?
girl. Oh, I thought we were talking personal life.
Well, no, personal life, too.
Yeah, well, yeah. We're trying to get him a girl.
I'm okay right now. I'm okay
You
right
sure?
now. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
You're okay right now because you're too busy or you found the girl?
I'm too busy.
Okay.
Summertime's right around the
When
corner.
was the
I was
last
going to
time
say,
you,
summertime's right around the corner.
When was the
Let's
last
not get crazy on the whole let's find him a girlfriend thing.
when was the last time you went on an official date?
Ooh. Can I no comment that?
No.
No.
All right, no comment.
Oh, so recently.
Last week.
Oh, come on.
Last week you went on a date?
I don't know. What week is it?
Yeah, I bet. Come on.
Hey, Ray.
You dog.
I'm trying to know.
This
dog. Oh, no.
No, it wasn't this week. It was certainly not this week.
The problem is
I'm locked into prep.
he went on, it was a couple of dates, and Colarulo blew up the spot and made him sound like that he was head over heels, wanted to marry her, and she stopped talking to him.
Oh, no.
Right?
I mean, your gist of it's kind of not fully the truth, but it's easier than doing the whole this is actually what happened thing for the 10th time.
Come on, Bill.
Just never have a conversation with Bill about your personal life.
And that was on what? Was that on TV too as well? Or
No,
is it?
that was on radio. No, it was.
Yeah, it was with Mike.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
We're moving a little fast. Next day, Bill. So what you do with your girlfriend?
Oh.
I would disagree. Like I went and I was single. When I worked with Mike, I met somebody. She was from Atlanta, and I met her out. Actually, met her at a hotel bar, and her name was Bang.
Ooh.
I don't even remember her real name, but
I enjoy girls at hotel bars by the name of Bang.
She introduced herself as Bang, she told me people call her Bang.
Oh, okay.
So I ended up going out with her the next night after I met her, and then we did a recap on the show, and I thought she was going to call in, and she wouldn't. And then I found out why. She's married.
I think I remember Bang, yeah.
Yeah, and she was married. I didn't know that, but I found that afterwards, like, oh, so that's why she was, when I said I was going to talk about it on the radio, she kind of freaked out.
Yeah, I don't think I'm talking to anyone that's married. I mean, I guess.
No, I know, but holding out, that's must listen content. Your dating life.
Really not, you know?
See, he's not 100% committed.
Bang.
All right, coming up, Edwin Diaz, the closer formerly of the Mets, now of the Dodgers. What's he got himself into? Holy crap. And Shawn Brace's weekend watch list. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. Let's talk about betting. That's right. I got to come up with the Bet Parks pick of the day. I was looking at the games tonight in the pro basketball playoffs because you had some really, really intrigue. I like the fact that they had the day off last night, and now you got two tonight. So I like the Spurs to finish them out, and I would lay the points. You want to do a little parlay? You do a little parlay. Maybe you think the Pistons keep it alive. Maybe, I mean, who knows? But anyway, there's so much you can do on the Bet Parks app. You can live bet basketball playoffs, hockey playoffs, baseball, Golf going on this week. It's the only online casino and sportsbook app that I ever recommend because you're betting more than the score. Individual player performances, basketball, hockey, golf, soccer, baseball, MMA. I mean, Ray's not going to bet on the Union game tomorrow night. That doesn't mean that you can, right? So check it out. The Bet Parks online casino and sportsbook app, where there's always another way to win. Must be 21 and in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, or Maryland. See betparks.com for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
What's up next? I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Up next for the 76ers, a search for a new president of basketball operations. We got a little bit of insight from Bob Myers and Josh Harris yesterday at their press conference, talking about a number of things, the timeline, trying to have it done before the NBA draft, what qualities Bob Myers is looking for in that future partnership with he and that president of basketball operations. Of course, the big question, what do you do with Joel Embiid and Paul George and those big contracts?
If I had the answer to that question, I'd actually just do it. I don't know if I need to tell you. I just do it. Or I look forward to partnering with leadership to get that answer. But you're asking the right question. But that's a question I think everybody's asking, right?
That's right. We're all asking it. We're going to see what the answer to that is throughout the Sixers offseason. NFL schedule was released last night, September 13th. Eagles, Commanders open up the season for the Birds. They've got 5 primetime games. We've gotten the opportunity to catch up both Dave Zangaro of NBC Sports Philadelphia and Jeremy Fowler of ESPN in the show today. You can listen back to those conversations on our website or the Fanatic app. Phillies won 3-1 over the Red Sox last night. Kyle Schwarber homered for the 7th time in 7 games. They head to Pittsburgh this weekend. This update is brought to you by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call 24-hour victim helpline 877-MAD-HELP. Visit MAD.org. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Let me type in Edwin Diaz so I have the story for you here.
A wild one.
Before we get to that, since you were just talking about the relationship stories, Ray, there was this one. It was when I was still working with Mike, and Shawn was like part-time producer, always around.
Yeah.
Doing whatever.
Illegal intern.
Might have been being paid, but it was definitely there illegally at the time.
Scratching my back.
So, Shawn, I don't even know I don't even know if you remember the story, but Shawn's like meets some girl. She's an Eagles fan. And what I remember is she had an Eagles tattoo on her butt.
I think she's still on my phone as girl with the Eagles tattoo on her butt.
She had an Eagles tattoo on her butt. She was a big Eagles fan.
Yeah, Lauren tattoo. There you go. That's her.
Wow.
That's her. Yeah.
Send her a text.
You want to hop on the show?
You want to come on the show?
Wow.
And so I don't know if Shawn went on dates or just met her or whatever. I think you at least went on one date.
Correct.
Because the father of the girl calls in, not exactly impressed by Shawn.
Yeah, was not a fan of me.
Oh.
And what did he say? He called you a barfly?
There he goes. Because Mikey Miss was steering the question into like, well,
making you look
yeah.
bad.
He's like, what do you think? Do you think there's something there between these two? And he was like, nah, man, he's just some barfly she picked up. Like, I was like, damn, dude.
Oh.
Meanwhile, yeah, your daughter had an ass tattoo of the Philadelphia Eagles logo. I mean, this thing was a monster.
And you saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go, barfly.
Very nice keister. And let me tell you, it was a McNabb era logo.
So a bad logo.
But it was a really good tattoo. I won't lie about that.
Yeah, but still, anytime you bring up the McNabb, I think of that bad jersey.
That logo. Correct.
I
Damn,
hate
girl.
those jerseys.
She's a diehard, man. She's a good-looking girl, too.
There you go. Oh, it was brilliant.
Still in my phone, girl with the ass tattoo.
So
rejected book title.
Right. Yeah. The good old days, man. Yeah, Shawn and I didn't really hold anything off of the air.
No, still don't. Try not to.
Well, yeah, for the most part. For the most part.
You get nothing but honesty over here.
All right, Edwin Diaz. Why would he be in the news? Did he get injured? Is he is he fighting with teammates? Is he not having success? Well, according to USA Today, the Dodgers closer is heavily involved in an illegal cockfighting scheme in his home nation of Puerto Rico, and he is currently on the IL with an elbow problem. But yeah, so Edwin Diaz reportedly appeared in a cockfighting tournament graphics wearing his Dodgers uniform. That according to Outkick. So yeah, so I guess in his native Puerto Rico it is legal. But he is being investigated for through incriminating social media posts and promotional materials. There's a federal ban in the United States on it, but I guess that's not the case in his native Puerto Rico. He, in the past, has described cockfighting as a pastime he has followed since childhood and confirmed that his family entered 4 roosters in a recent tournament.
Great. I need a rooster sound.
Now, so hang on a second. So when the rooster's coming out to the ring, do they do the Tommy trumpets or the Timmy trumpets thing?
Yes. Yeah, it's strutting. It's coming out there. Those are some serious. I forget where I've seen it before, but I've definitely seen video of it. And those things attack each other.
Yeah, they fight to kill each other.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
that's what they do.
And it's legal down there.
I mean, I guess when I lived in Hawaii, it certainly wasn't legal, but it was a part of the culture, right? Like it's like in Puerto Rico, and I'm not condoning what he did or anything like that.
No,
but if he says that he was raised in that culture, okay, like at some point now you're a pitcher and you're a closer and you're making a lot of money. You used to say, hey, maybe that's not right, or maybe you don't do that. As we saw with Michael Vick was making tens and hundreds of millions of dollars, but yet that was the culture he grew up in, and his head didn't tell him, hey, let me get away from this people. His head said, yeah, let's build a big dogfighting ring, and we'll make a lot of money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I can't explain it. That's not like where I came from. But, yeah, I can imagine Major League Baseball not very happy with there being promotional materials from Edwin Diaz with cockfighting.
That's a hell of an entrance, though. Timmy Trumpet.
Yeah, give me some Timmy Trumpets.
Oh, so good. So good. It's a shame he was a Met, but still, it was a really good intro.
It was a really good intro. It really, really was. I was envious. For the first time in a long time, I was envious. Like, You know what? That's really, really
That's cool, yeah.
And then they had the guy come out and he was doing it live.
It was Timmy Trumpet
and
himself.
It was Timmy Trumpet himself.
Yeah, he was the DJ who plays the horn.
Right.
How about that?
I played the trumpet.
Did you? Oh, here it is. Here comes that big cock down there in Puerto Rico strutting.
You're talking about the animal, though.
Yeah, I'm talking about the rooster.
Okay.
Yeah. He's cockfighting down there in Puerto Rico. Just ready to attack.
Now, does the rooster, when it hits the big, because if you're a boxer, you're waiting for that moment, or if you're a relief pitcher, you're waiting for the moment in the song to where you start running.
Yes.
Does the rooster feel the same way? Does he have the climax of the song where he goes?
Oh, it's hysterical. That's great. He's got to get after
Anyway,
it.
not good.
No, it's not good. And that was one of those deals where you were in the conversation of Dave Zangaro, and I literally turned the microphone off and get in Ray's ear, and I go, dude, Edwin Diaz, cockfighting. And he looked at me like I had three heads. He's like, what are you talking about?
It's like, well, is it being, because it's a Friday? Is it being like, is ESPN picked it up? When does it become a big story? Because it's an animal. It's not a dog, but it's an animal, and it's something that's banned. So that's when it becomes. I don't know. Like, does this become a big story, or are people like, whatever? It's a rooster. It's this Puerto Rican dude.
Yeah, I don't know how it works in other countries. So I think that's where it starts and ends. And like, don't we got 1,000,001 things going on around here, right? So it's like, doesn't that come into play? Yeah, I don't want to see that. I don't want to hear it, but I'm not here to tell somebody how to operate in a different country. What am I?
We got the LA Times on it.
Okay.
We got USA Today on it.
Oh, it's a big story because of what's being involved.
Right, because Edwin Diaz might be a great closer, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not the NFL. He's not Mike Trout or anything like that. He's a closer.
Yeah.
So, like, people are really going to care. No, I mean, I think it's interesting. Like I said, when I lived in Hawaii, there was, like, I wasn't a part of the culture. I didn't know the culture, but if I wanted to go to a cockfight, I very easily could have.
I think we had them here in Philly, if I'm not mistaken. There was like a rink that got broken up a couple years ago. Yeah, look at 2025, suspected cockfighting operation uncovered in Kensington. There you go. I remember we had it here in Philly. It's illegal in Philadelphia. I know that.
Well, so if people,
you know?
I could see Shawn being the book. No, but if this was something that people in Puerto Rico grew up with, if there's Puerto Ricans in Philadelphia, why would you could assume that some of those people are going to try to do the same thing in a warehouse in Kensington.
Hey, every arena needs a hype man, Ray. As long as there's a check attached to it, I'm coming in. That's all there is to it.
If we gave you some rooster names, could you do introductions
Absolutely.
for these roosters?
Just give me the Timmy Trumpets in the background, and I'll make it happen.
Do they have names?
Oh, of course.
Do they have official names, or do they call them regular human names?
All I think about is the Seinfeld episode.
So I do too.
That's exactly where I go back to anytime.
Anytime there's a rooster, it's just, I do as well.
See, I think
Little
about
Jerry Seinfeld.
I think about Kenny Powers. He was cockfighting in Mexico.
Was he?
Yeah, eastbound and down.
It was a good show for a season.
Yeah, for like a season. You're right. And then it was just like,
I tried to watch it the second season.
it got
It's like,
so
this is
bad. Yes.
It got bad quick. That's for sure. And now, a rooster from Puerto Rico.
Heyo.
But seriously, you get dog names, but like, you still name them something. Like my parents named dogs after Philadelphia athletes, or like when they're good. Ryan Howard, Chase Utley, Jimmy Rollins, Jason for Jason Worth. Do they do the same thing with the roosters? I don't know. Do they give them names? Do they have numbers? These are things you need to investigate, Ray. You're the smart one.
Floyd Mayfeather? Does that get you done?
That's a great one. Where'd you Google that? No way you came up with that yourself. Right, Ray?
Sir, cockfighting is illegal, and I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know anything about cockfighting conversations, raising questions about how I know so much.
No, but seriously, how many minutes are the rounds, Shawn?
Well, they're quick. They're quick. Yeah,
they're minute?
Yeah, it's quick.
You put them in headgear? Did they do that on Seinfeld?
Most of the time, it's one round and done.
Coming up, YouTube chat recap, your phone calls and memos and text messages. Don't go anywhere.
ESPN's Adam.
fun Friday show today. There's a lot going on.
Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. I have a 5K that I'm not running in.
You walking?
I am not. I'm waiting for my two girls to run. And then, so Liz originally, my two daughters that are in elementary school, they're like, all right, well, we'll walk it with you. So she's like, cool, let's walk it. And they're like, no, we're going to run. Because they've been doing this running club for school. And then the end of the running club for the after-school activities is you're running the 5K, the Springport 5K, which Ray's probably run in since he's a big distance runner.
How about that?
I actually don't know if I have run this Springport.
Is it relatively new?
Probably new to.
I ran last year, and I did okay in it. It was fine, but like this year, I was just like, nah, man, I've been working out as much, so I was just like, no, because I have Bella, my 4-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have to wait for them to do all the running and the walking, and I have her, and I have to wait at the finish line. But what do? You know this. She's going to get bored.
Yep.
And how long does it take for them to run? It's going to be at least, it'll probably take my wife an hour to walk it.
Supposed to be warm out.
Yeah, man, the weather's going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
So we didn't do the weekend watch list. We should do the weekend watch list.
I got it. I'm ready to go.
Got it? Want to do the weekend
Crank
watch
it
list?
up,
Yeah,
Ray.
let's do it. Come on.
Freedom Rock.
It's time for the Weekend Watch List. With Shawn Brace.
Oh, yeah. Let me give you a little something to wet the whistle tonight, Saturday, and Sunday. Let's go. We open up with some Stanley Cup playoff hockey. Jason Martinez coming up next with Bill Colarulo. Montreal Canadiens are looking to advance to the Eastern Conference Final, taking on the Carolina Hurricanes, who are pretty much bored at this point in time. Puck drops this evening, 8:10 p.m. The Canadiens are favored -162. Johnny Marks, obviously, over on the west side of things. That gets started next Wednesday, believe it or not. Vegas and Colorado, appointment television. All right, over to the hardwood this evening. After a night without NBA basketball last night, we're back. We got a doubleheader. Cavs versus the Pistons, where the Cavs are up 3-2. They return home to Cleveland with a golden chance to advance to the ECF. Cavs, 4.5-point favorites. Who you got, John? We seen a Game 7?
Well, I mean, it's Cavs line.
It is a Cavs line.
I think we're going 7.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see.
We'll see.
I would just want whoever's got a better chance of beating the Knicks. That's all I care about. Obviously, over on the West, OKC sitting pretty after sweeping the Lakers. Will the Spurs put the series to rest this evening, though? I think they will. Spurs are 5.5-point road favorites at Minnesota. They jump ball tonight at 9:40 p.m. Wemby has been absolutely dominating, 27.5 points in last game after being thrown out in Game 4. His player prop for points tonight, 27. Give me the over. The 108th PGA Championship at Aronimink is taking place. Yep, suburban Philadelphia, up on the main line, you might have heard. Coming into today, there were 33 players within 2 strokes of the lead. That's all there is to it, man. We got some great theater coming your way. Leaderboard is all over the place today, tomorrow, and, of course, on Sunday, we will crown a PGA champion. And finally, over to the Diamond, the Phillies and Pirates. Yeah, Kyle Schwarber, though, is the story of Major League Baseball. Phillies have turned their season around over the last 2 weeks. You know that. And honestly, a big reason why Kyle Schwarber, he is one of just the best players right now in the game. 7 straight games with a home run. Now has 18 on the year. Taking on the Pirates, and I will just say this much. Pirates are going up, are throwing out a 26-year-old right-hander, Braxton Ashcraft, who is pretty good, 2.77 ERA. But the story tonight, Aaron Nola on the mound. We'll see what happens.
There you go, Ray. What do you got? How about
Thanks
Nola?
for shouting out the Union, man.
How about Nola? Oh,
and
yeah.
the Philadelphia Union tomorrow night right here on 97.5 The Fanatic at 7:30 p.m., where our own Ray Dunn is on the call with Sebastian Letou. Cue the dupes, ladies and gentlemen!
That's all I had for you.
Sorry.
Yeah, Nola obviously going to be great tonight. Yeah.
He hasn't been. I know the ERA isn't low, but he's pitched pretty well. I mean, even for people say I'm NON negative on Nola. No, I'm just realistic. He's pitched well. When he's been good, he's been good. But even when he's good, he's given up a couple runs. Sometimes you'll get to 6th inning where he doesn't. He'll blank him a little bit. But like Nola's been fine. I have no issue with Nola.
I'm obviously fine with it.
And I win the bet anyway, and I could be. Well, I'm just saying you can be happy with Nola. You lose.
Not yet.
ERA's 5.14.
Oh yeah, and we're going down. It's going down. Be under 5 by the end of the weekend.
Didn't go down that to last start.
Pirates are good. That's a good division. 24-20 on the season.
Yeah,
Skiing's on Sunday.
By the way, that's a great ball. Have you seen a game in PNC?
Have not.
An easy drive, brother.
Yeah, I wish I
Talking
could.
about a day trip. The buddies on Sunday for skiing. We're not doing it, but we were talking about it.
I mean, you could leave at 7 and be there and have lunch and see the game.
Yeah. Well, then I'd want to go to Tequila Cowboy after the game, and it'd be a whole thing.
I know you can't control yourself.
Jason Aldean's bar across the street. Random Pittsburgh.
Tequila
Jason.
Cowboy.
Great
Yeehaw.
spot. Great spot.
All right, YouTube chat recap, go.
It's time for the YouTube chat recap.
How about filling us in?
Let me tell you something else, man.
Watch us live on YouTube every single weekday.
I can't lie. Let me tell you something.
It's the Middays with Marks YouTube chat recap.
Hit me.
John's shirt looks like it would fit great in the San Francisco Giants outfield celebration. MPTR from the chat.
What, we're going gay joke?
Yeah, they were bumping each other in the groin area, and it lasted one game. I think they got
Hey, stop.
the grind. Yeah, was banned quickly. I don't know if Major League Baseball told him. I don't know if Tony Vitello told him or not, but
I think someone within the organization was like, all right, guys, you thought it was cute. Enough, all right?
One and done there.
Yeah. I mean, I love my shirt. I don't know
That's
what
a good
to say.
shirt.
Looks good on you.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, what's next?
Ray claps more than Citizens Bank Park does for an overpriced, struggling shortstop. Dawood from the chat.
I'm more of a clapper than Ray. I didn't think Ray's a clapper. I'm a clapper. I'm trying not to clap. I try, like, when I listen back, I'm like, yeah, it's not a good sound. So I try not to clap. Yeah, I'm authentic, so I get a little carried away at times.
I don't know. Are we all aware of the clap not meaning what you do with your hands?
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's why I was confused if he was talking about.
If you're more of a clap man, congrats
You're talking
to you.
about you're talking about an STD. But I'm wondering what he's talking about.
Sorry.
You're just talking about doing the deed.
Yeah, I'm
It's
more
not
of a-
STDs.
I'm more of a clapper.
Well, the clap is, I think,
The getting the clap is that.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Clapping is a different thing.
I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
I'm trying to keep it family friendly.
It's the YouTube chat recap. You never know where we're going to go. Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
John would definitely fit right in Thailand with that shirt. That's a Bangkok special for sure. Money Mar from the chat.
Well, I mean, just so you know, Money Mar, Murray Head is one of my favorite artists. You know the song? One Night in Bangkok.
Oh, how about that?
No?
Didn't know.
Nah, it's a one-hit wonder from the 80s.
Nice.
No,
Played on Wednesday.
I honestly look like my grandmother, how she dressed in 1987.
I feel like
And 2007, the same thing.
I feel like I've had that print on plates before. I don't know.
No, well, probably. No,
Yeah.
you know what it is? It's also plates, but it's also like serving dishes.
Yeah,
You get a thing of corn in the summertime. and
Yeah.
it comes out in this.
There you go.
Love corn in the
I definitely
summertime.
look like a serving dish.
Yeah, yeah.
What's next?
Big Ray, Big Red, Red Rocket, Mr. Sriracha, The Copper Top, Forest Fire are some of the names women call Ray. If Bayless from the chat.
There was a lot of good ones there, Ray.
I'm in. Yep.
Yeah.
Ray's in.
Red,
All right.
Red Rocket's a strong one. It's always a good one.
It's something. Certainly something.
Will you work that in the call on Saturday?
Probably not.
Okay.
Ray getting excited sounds high-pitched, like Seinfeld with the puffy shirt saying, I don't want to be a pirate. Joe from the chat.
I'm in. Yep. He has a tell. Are you a good poker player, Ray?
No.
Yeah. I think you could tell if Ray had a good hand. He'd be like, I'll bet 10 million. Like,
Well,
I'm
my
folding.
issue is putting up the money. I'm not really like I feel like I'm
Forget about the money. Don't do in a tournament where you're playing for like 10 or 20 bucks.
right.
Are you a good poker player?
No,
Okay.
no, because my strategy is all off because I'm cheap.
Oh, there you
That 10 or
can.
20
Oh,
bucks.
you never want to lose.
Yeah, exactly. That 10 or 20 bucks ending up in your wallet means I have 10 less than 20 bucks. to go to
Scared
the wallet.
money don't make
Exactly.
no money.
That's why I'm terrible at poker.
All right, we have a voice memo from Andy from Lambertville to end the show. It's about Shawn. All right.
Oh, here we go.
Good afternoon, Middays. Great show as always. Shawn asked me yesterday for a formal invite to a restaurant in Lambertville. Shawn, you're welcome, my guy. We take cash, all major credit cards, and even Dave and Buster tokens. Have a good one, man.
All right, we're in.
Yeah, let's go.
I think you take Kelly up for
I don't
nice
even
hot.
know where the hell is Lambertville.
It's on the other side of New Hope. It's across the river.
Oh, I was just there.
Yep.
I was just there, Andy.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Look.
You know how to get there.
Yeah.
You and Kel go. Nice romantic dinner.
Well,
Andy from Lamberville comes up and he starts doing sound drops from the show.
I like it. Dave and Buster's tokens.
How about that?
Yeah. I love it. Yucky. You suck.
All right, Ray. Tomorrow night, 7:30. Woo! Ray Dunn on the call. How about that? All right.
How about that?
Everybody tune in. We'll have a recap coming up on Monday. And everybody have a great weekend. Coming up next is Bill and Jason Martinez in for Ricky. How about that? Talk to you Monday. See you.